saying everybody is doing what the game say do because most of you got in the game is kids. See, if the game was for mature adults playing the game, you'll see a difference in the game because then mature adults start to realize what the game really about. Hello? Hold on. What you mean? Hold on. What you mean? Hold on. What you mean? It don't make a difference. I just told you a mature adult. You dig? The only time they gonna be stupid in the game is when they want to relive their kids on when they with the kids. You see what I'm saying? See what I'm saying, dog? You feel me? Yeah. Because I'm just saying. I'm just going technically speaking. I know you just talking about enjoying the game, bro, but this is what I'm trying to get you to understand, understand, to get to the reason why I play the game. I play the game basically talking to people on here to let these little kids know that they shouldn't be on here, but they're going to do what they want to do anyway, but I'm showing how responsible I am as a grown motherfucking man on the game. And I answered your question, dog. Like I said again, I ain't got no problem with you. To not have no problem with you is to get rid of you. Right or wrong? Come on, dog. Don't act. You're an intelligent dude, but don't get stupid on me. All right, but guess what? Hey, guess what? Thank you. That means that I'm fixed then. Because that's what that means. Because I don't want to end up having no envy about you fucking up my shit when I'm not waiting for you to fuck up my shit. You can either say like other people say, oh, yeah, dog, I'm this, and this. Man, this game is full of fucking snakes, man. Huh? Who ain't right? Oh, okay. I'm just like I said, dog. You're an intelligent dude, dog. And for you doing what you do, I give you your candor. Now I can believe what you're saying now. You see what I'm saying? I can believe what you're saying now, a little, because I don't really believe what people say anyway. Because people lie, the numbers don't. You couldn't kick me out of my session anyway, dog. I know it don't matter, but it do matter, dog. Peace is what matters. All right, look, and I appreciate that. So get what? I'm about to unkick you too. Because I can actually talk to you because you do seem like you have some sense. And like I said again, don't everybody? But some people just want to fuck over other people, right or wrong. You see, but that's just and like I said again, dog, I appreciate what you did when you came on and you said what you said. But how often do people say that and then do a totally different thing? Just to get in there, just to fuck with somebody, just to fuck over them, just to have them say, fuck, I should have went with my first mind. See, now I ain't worried about it because I'm getting to talk to you right now. Dig? So I'm cool with it. And you see, now my other character in there. You see it? Because right now, I got both of them sitting on the Pacific Standards, but shit, you can't get nobody to really do the motherfucking Pacific Standards. But yeah, man, you see the name of my crew, and it's just me and her, because there is no love in this game. It's just us two. Come on, dog, I don't lie about nothing I say, man, because the truth is the truth. And it's in you to come out, literally. Do you believe that? Guess what? Because the truth of that is, literally, it's in you to come out of you in the form of a liquid as a sperm. Am I right or wrong about that? Alrighty then. I'm trying to told you, dog. Because when you sit there and you think about all that we was taught to believe in is really a bunch of fucking bullshit. Because the truth to the matter is, we all that matters with the Creator in us to matter, right or wrong. Because most people thinking that it's the God and the Jesus coming back to save us. Man, if you look at all the bullshit that happened, if you sitting up there saying that this is God's fucking will, you believe in some bullshit too. Because the Creator is love unconditionally, one way in you. Love, never hate. You choose to hate when you stop the love. Am I right or wrong? Now watch it. Say you say that's my opinion. I'm glad when you. I love when people say that that's my opinion. Man, I died 4 times to be able to give you 4 periods of your life. To be able to give you four words, 4 letters, beginning with L, ending with E, that sums up your life from beginning to the ending. 1 word, 4 letters that happens to be the Creator's original name and is the reason how we came to be here. See what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm not no fucking believer in some bullshit that was taught to me like Santa Claus, the Easter and the tooth fucking fairy. Because I done went into the light to come out of the light to live life straight, not to the left, not to the right, not backwards. I'm as straight as an arrow, shy to talking, no hitting the middle, dog. I'm on this Grand Theft Auto just playing the game, dog, because I growed up on this shit. Oh, you smoking that good? Hey, better than that medication. See, and all my bunkers full with both of my characters. All my warehouses full, both of my characters. All the cars, both of my characters. Man, I don't sell it. Why? I get my money back when I do missions. Do you know how long it takes to fill that shit back up? All right, then I do my little broadcasts by rolling to my, take my girl to that, to show people that you can do this shit without the violence that this game is perpetrating for you to be violent. Oh, well, your warehouse is only get raided if you allow them to get raided. See, once you, see, I can't read or write, so it's like I basically go by this thing how I go, and when they raid my when they go to fuck with any of my spots, all I do is disappear out the session and come back. You see? No, like I said, I lose 40,000 out your warehouse. That's just 40,000 dollars. I can easily get that back, right or wrong. It's better than losing the whole shipment. Cause they got so many people that live monkey head. You never know who is who killing you. You never know who is who killing you. I know you, Jay, bro. Like I said again, I didn't see you for who you are right now. With just you gotta realize too. Now I can't read. You see what I'm saying? And when people send me shit, people send me shit like that, there, I'm almost feeling like sarcasm because you don't know though. You got what I'm saying? So in a way, I kind of get offended, but I don't get offended because I realize that hey, it is what it is. I've been trying to read. I've been trying to learn how to read for a long time, but I know now the reason why I can't read from the divine. Because if I was to learn how to read with all that I know, I'd been and started hacking. Boy, I'd change this shit around if I was a hacker. I'd change this completely around if I was a hacker. And I see everything totally different than everybody else now. Because the question is to you, why is it your birthday when you were just born? Mm-hmm. Boy, you should have muted your mic on that one. You should have muted your mic on that one.
What?
What'd you say? No, what you just know? What you just said about chicken?
Oh no, I was talking to my wife.
I know you're talking to your wife about eating that shit.
Nah, she was telling me that there's few pieces left.
I ain't started when I said that there, cause the creator told me to tell you this here, man.
My son name is Kush.
My
son name is Kush.
No, I heard you say something about chicken.
Oh yeah.
That's what I heard you say something about. Hey, that ain't what's up. That's what's down.
What? You don't eat chicken?
Man, I don't eat no meat, man.
That's chicken.
Hey, listen to me carefully, partner. Do you know what that chicken went through before you end up getting that chicken to eat? No, you don't. You don't. You don't. You don't.
Killed, bro, after raising.
All right, like I say again, you don't know what that chicken went through before it was killed for you to eat it, dog.
Oh shit, yeah.
So I'm saying if you was
Like a cow.
I don't eat no cow neither, cause I'm about to let you know what the truth is, bro. I'm about to let you know what the truth is. Unless you don't want to know, it's a different story.
Let me ask you something.
Talk to me.
Vegetarian?
I'm not no fucking vegetarian either, dog. I'm a lifer. What I mean by a lifer? Who am I to say that you should die for me to survive?
So if you don't eat chicken, you don't eat meat. What do you eat?
I eat fruits, vegetables, and all types of stuff like that.
That is good though. I mean.
Nah, you keep on saying you mean. When I explain some shit that you not get, you never eat meat again.
Well, I doubt that.
Are you doubt it? Or you doubt it?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, yeah. All right. Look, when you go in the store, next time you go to the store.
Hold on, wait, hold on.
I'm gonna tell you, next time you go to the store, ask them where did the meat come from, and why would they tell you?
Okay, they gonna tell me that they get their shit from what is it, wholesale? Cause they got the wholesale motherfuckers too, like the U.S. food and shit like that.
And now I'm about to get you straight as an arrow shot at the talking, so you can know that you're getting beat the fuck up. Your meat ain't really meat. You heard me?
Everybody needs meat.
Listen to me carefully, dog. If you didn't go, you keep on. You see, what is a clone chicken? Heard me? What is a clone chicken? A clone chicken is meat, right? But is that a natural chicken? Is it a natural chicken? A clone chicken? Man, the poorly chickens shit and piss all in the same place where they eat and live.
No, that's the pig.
No, the chicken do it too, dog. That's what I'm trying to tell you now, dog. You don't know where your food coming from that you eating if you not getting it yourself and killing it yourself. And that's the thing about it. If you spend 2 days with that fucking chicken, you couldn't kill it.
Yeah, but that's why they get what is it called? FDA approved? What's the
Oh, do you want?
You know what?
Oh,
It has to be FDA.
okay, do you want me to go to FDA approved again? Hey, do you want me to show you how much the government is approving shit that's killing you that you don't know about?
That is true, but not when it comes.
You keep saying not when it comes. Man, I will send you to. Look, I will put it on right now for you. How they poisoning the water with fluoride, telling you that fluoride is good for your fucking teeth.
Oh yeah.
So like I said again, dog, I'm the proof for the pudding, bro. Let me give you the 4 periods of your life. When your mama missed her period, you live, you die. You're dead on a death certificate, he or she is dead, period. Now, that period of your life is when you really lose when you die. Because your death certificate, I'm listening.
Okay, but let me ask you something. How long have you been that way?
Going on 5 years now.
5 years?
Mm-hmm.
So that wasn't my question. My question is going to be, did you eat something?
Fucking right. Fucking right. I fucked that meat, crawfish, every fucking thing that could possibly move. Until I realized from the creator of me when I went into surgery after giving up on life and life was given back to me so I could live not to the left, not to the right, and not backwards, to live straight, but to know what I'm living for. Hello?
Yeah.
Because the truth is the matter is you matter and knowing why, right?
Yeah.
Because when you sit there and you think about it, you was taught that it's your birthday, right?
Yeah.
When you were just born, right?
Yeah.
An empty glass waiting for some truth, right?
An empty glass waiting for what?
Some truth.
Oh, yeah?
You see? And the first thing was done to you, you was lied to, right or wrong.
Right.
Because your mama put in all the work from taking the dick to developing the seed. So you ask yourself the question, why after coming out of the womb, which is heaven, to earth, you get on your knees and say, our Father, who art in heaven, when you should have a Father here on earth if your mama was doing what she's supposed to do when she picked her mate. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah.
I'm trying to tell you, dog, this whole twist for the gays to be up on top of this is the twist of God going in Adam to get Eve. Now you see the twist? Because why would the Creator listen to what Adam asking him when the Creator would know what Adam would want before Adam would even want it, right or wrong?
Yeah.
So why would Adam say to the Creator, he lonely?
Yeah.
I'm just letting you know what the truth is, dog. We've been lied to as kids, dog. They think we still kids. But we fucking adults now.
But you know what? It's not just the government that's getting you sick.
Yeah, it ain't.
They got motherfucking churches.
Oh, and fuck them churches. I'm be honest with you, the churches are sick in general.
People that praise the Lord and all types of
There you go. They sick, brother. They sick because of what they was taught to believe in. Like I just said, they sick because they was taught to believe in some bullshit. You see what I'm saying? That's what make them sick.
Hey, so let me ask you something. You don't sell your warehouse, bro? How many warehouses you got?
I got 2 large ones, 3 medium ones, 1 large one, 3 medium ones, and a small one. And my small one got over $1 million something. And my small one got $1 million something in it, cause I got all those artifacts in it. Those the things that cost the most.
What's that?
You know how they tell you a special shipment? I got a little warehouse that got all special shipments in it.
Okay.
See, look, I'm gonna say this to you. You know how they got all these different challenges?
Yeah.
Now, if you challenge yourself to not season your meat, then you'll realize what you're eating. See, I challenged myself to eat a salad without nothing on it. It was hard to eat that salad with water without nothing on it, but I was able to eat it. But I wouldn't even want to try that with no chicken or no beef. If I ate it, I wouldn't try it because I already know my body rejects it because I'm not a motherfucking animal and I'm not eating it raw like you're supposed to. If you're an animal. But you're still a human, ain't supposed to eat it anyway. That's why you don't have no goddamn canine teats, man. To break the motherfucking meat up. See, that just man said that you can eat motherfucking meat. Because just think about the Creator. The Creator know the creation. The creation gonna go overboard. The Creator tell them to eat one thing, they're gonna go to another thing, right or wrong?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Oh, shit.
Because you look at your KD, that means that you kill whenever somebody come too close to you. Or you go out your way and get them every now and then. It is what it is, man.
thing is, my KB used to be low, man. I didn't really care too much about my KB.
Now watch this. Now watch this. Watch this. I'll wait for you to tell me. Until they started fucking with you, right or wrong?
No.
All right, I'm listening.
Not just fucking with me, because I'm the type of guy that gets on here and like to do my supplies and shit, you know. I don't like having my supplies destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And like, fucking with me, I don't care, you know. I can shoot it out, get killed, and all types of shit.
Not the supplies. See, but because I want you to really, really sit there and think for yourself for a change. Well, you probably do think for yourself, but not as much. But anyway, for a change. And what I mean by that is, look how upset you get about supplies that you stole. You see the twist in the game?
No, this ain't supplies that I'm stealing, though. This is supplies I'm buying.
Okay, so I got you on that. But like I said again, most of the supplies with the weed, the crack.
Yeah, the bunker shit.
Right, but it all.
Shit I'm not worried about.
Okay, but even with the bunker, you worry about the bunker shit. Stop lying. Because if somebody fuck with that motherfucking shipment for $1,050,000, you on fire. Right or wrong?
Honestly, I don't do the bunker shit no more. I unlocked my research, and I haven't played the bunker since.
Damn.
And I got my second character. I unlocked all the research for that one. I don't do the bunker shit no more. And it you know, it gives you the most money.
Yeah, it do.
But I don't really.
I got you, because you probably got your bunker somewhere far off where it be long to deliver.
No, my bunker is the one right by the prison.
All right, that's where mine's at too. All right. Well, shit, that's like I said again. Only time I deliver my bunker is when I get the truck, the 2 AT wheelers.
Okay, yeah.
Like when I get ready to go up and do the bunker mission and put it on YouTube,
Yeah.
I make sure that it's trailers. I'll never do them truck. That's a waste of fucking time. You can't do all the motherfucking truck, even if you got 2 people.
Yeah, that's the only thing though, because the CEO, they make you buy the shit, like you can't steal it.
Right.
$18,000 every time.
Right.
I'm buying 3 crates at a time. I'm not buying 1, 2 at a time. I'm buying 3, so I'm spending $18,000.
Right.
So when a motherfucker come along and blows my shit, let me get at least 2. Let me get at least 2 crates. Because if the last one gets blown up, I'm not too upset.
Yeah. You can't be twisted. You can't get twisted because you ain't too in. You ain't lose. You ain't lose. You just lost. You just lost. You didn't lose.
But when a nigga coming at me and, you know what I'm saying, I ain't delivered shit, I got everybody on me for some fucking crates, I'm good.
Because like I said again, man, my channel is the true period. Fuck all the bullshit. You dig? Because we've been bullshitted long enough for us not to know what the truth is within us. You see? Because I can explain it to you just like this. The creativity in you is the creator of you. It's that light that comes on. It's the lightning strike before there's smoke or fire. It's that unconditional feeling of love that you just can't explain. But you have 5 senses to know that you are alive. Reciprocity and empathy is embedded in our DNA. These are the keys to our life, to the point where we don't have to pray. We just vibrate the love to each other. But we fucked up though. We all fucked up. I can't wait to open up the other part of my chakras, because I just can't read. Because once I learn how to read, I'm going to write shit on paper and hand it to people and look at the expression on their face to know that they got it. Because y'all can read better than y'all listen. Most of y'all.
Yeah.
I'm all about the truth.
I like having my paper where it's at. I like having my rank where it's at.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, it's like I don't appreciate the fact that I get online and niggas see my shit and all of a sudden, you know, want to judge a nigga like, oh, I got mods on my shit. I'm a modder. You know what I'm saying?
Right, but that's just it though. You don't have to prove nothing to nobody, old dog. You heard me?
Exactly.
So therefore, when a motherfucker lives there and say you're a mod, leave it like that.
Playing the game. You know, my shit legit.
Hey, like long as you know it legit, dig, everybody else gotta just find that shit out for themselves.
That's it.
Because like with me, people always holler about I'm a mod. Man, they just don't know how long it took for me to even get online, not knowing how to read.
Yeah, man.
They say patience is a virtue. Patience is within you.
It takes a long ass time to fill up the warehouses too, though.
Hmm.
You got the large ones,
Yeah.
that's 11 crates.
Yeah.
That's a long ass time.
Yeah. Why you think I don't be wanting to live? Cause it's 2,300,000 sitting in that. Sitting in that bad boy right now.
Yeah. That's money.
Yeah, but like I said again, it's just the headache filling that damn thing back up.
Yeah, I know, man.
That's why, like I
That's
said,
the
I can
only.
make that money just by doing persistent standard heists, over and over again. And
Yeah.
and the warehouse could be full for me to go look in, just like with my hangar. Cause I tell you like it's simple. The last time I was in the hospital was almost 3 years ago. Almost 3 years ago. I'm a paraplegic from a car accident in '98. I used to go to the hospital 3 times a fucking week, dog. That's how bad the medication had me. But the last time I was in the hospital, they told me I was HIV positive. They told me I had a full-blown kidney infection and a bowel obstruction. Come to find out, no bowel obstruction to the point where I had to have the surgery that I had. The kidney infection, they said was HIV because they wanted to start me on HIV medication. And as soon as I left that surgery, right after surgery, they pushed me out of the hospital because I want to talk to the administrators because I woke up with a purple chest and nobody wouldn't tell me what happened. But I'd already knew what happened.
You woke up with a purple chest?
I'd already knew what happened. I died. You dig? See, the complications in the surgery. See, it's like this here. Before I went to the surgery, I put on YouTube that I knew what they were getting ready to do to me.
Yeah.
Oh, you heard that, huh? You heard the bell went off. But anyway, I put it on YouTube because I knew what they were getting ready to do to me. They were getting ready to kill me. And that's when I went into the light that everybody say don't go into. Yeah. It went as dark could get, but it felt so straight. Next thing you know, I was back to this bullshit.
Yeah, man. Hey, is that you flying around?
If somebody flying around, that means that they need to get out. If they ain't doing no motherfucking what they call it there, no mission.
Oh, damn.
See, I already know you probably ain't the type of person that kick nobody neither. Shit. I'll kick your motherfucking ass quick. Why? Because think about it. Is it better to be okay or sorry?
Yeah, no, I kick motherfuckers too.
Okay.
I just don't do it all the time.
Shit, I do it all the time. Why?
Honestly, I didn't even see that dude join the lobby.
I didn't see him
I
neither.
was looking in my crate.
I didn't see him neither. I'm gonna tell you who he is first, cause I might know him, but then on here you don't really know nobody. Why I don't put my head on chopping board for nobody? I don't know him. He got numbers.
You got numbers?
I said I don't know him, but he got numbers in his name, so I don't know if he's straight or not. Most people who have numbers in their name be straight. Cause he got the 9, the 8, the 6, and the 7. Shit. And he had 176. KD 110. Well, he doing more killing than he basically being his ranking. He did 66 away from being a 170.7. You bullshitting me. I'm not putting on what you got on, man. That's why I don't like playing people that don't have mics, man. Boy, you couldn't get in the helicopter or what, boy? I couldn't get you. Oh, you do have a mic. Good. Both of y'all have a mic.
This is good. You are inbound. We need you to coordinate your attack from above and below, okay? And when you're on board, clear the boat and get all the packages from the cabins and below deck.
Don't get on that bike, boy. Oh, we playing with a bunch of kids.
The packages are in the cabins and below deck. Clear the guys, then get in there and pick them up.
Merriweather, for all your private security needs. How can I help? Goodbye, then.
y'all ain't killing the people? Where the people coming from? I don't know how the motherfucker killed me. That was some bullshit. I got too many investors and everything can really kill me. But I'm dead though. Let's go. Oh, I'm knocking them all down from afar. I got you.
This is good. You are inbound. We need you to coordinate your attack from above and below, okay? And when you're on board, clear the boat and get all the packages from the cabins and below deck.
Hello, you're through to Merritt. Don't hesitate to call back.
for everybody else, man. Wrong side, turn around. There we go. Oh, damn. Everybody get in the fucking helicopter. To the regular pool. Ooh. Deal with the truth people. It's the truth seekers people. We're gonna start this thing off right. Cause I want you to hear about the black hole tonight.
including the Bible in its esoteric language rather than its literal language, we see that there is a fundamental truth that exists regarding the metaphysical nature of man. In the cradle of the ancient Mayan civilization lies one of the largest pyramids ever constructed. This pyramid is found in El Muerto, the cradle of the Mayan civilization. The unique construction of this pyramid shows that it's triadic in nature. It contains 3 columns at the top of the pyramid. The 3 columns at the top of the pyramid represent the 3 hearthstones of creation to the Mayans. In the middle of these stones of creation sits the Mayans' identified place of origin, represented by the smoke that comes out of the burning fire in the middle of the hearth. The 3 hearthstones in fact represent a triangle formed by 3 stars in what we know as the Orion constellation. These stars are Rigel, Alnitak, and Scythe. And located in the middle of these is where the scene of creation is told to be by the Mayans. It should be interesting to note that the story of the 3 hearthstones of creation comes from the sacred Popol Vuh, or Mayan sacred Bible, and that it was actually located hidden on the Catholic Church altar in Guatemala. What could have been so threatening by the Mayan Popol Vuh that could have caused the Catholic Church to hide this? There's good reason why the Catholic Church does not want people to look outside of the Bible for any information. Listen to the accounts of history from brilliant minds such as Manuel P. Hall, or authors such as Madame Blavatsky. The same reason why they hid the Popol Vuh inside the Catholic Church altar. Let's do a quick comparative analysis across culture and see what common truths unfold. In Madame Blavatsky's Isis Unveiled, we read, the ancient sun worshippers regarded the Great Spirit as a nature god, identical with nature, and the sun as the deity, in whom the Lord of life dwells. Yama is the sun, according to the Hindu theology, and the sun is the source of the souls and all of life.
Nah.
I believe the divine fire, the deity of the Hindu, is the sun, for the fire and the sun are the same.
Thank you.
Olmec's the light,
Come on.
sun god, or the life
Come
god.
on.
In Hindu philosophy,
You know, God, it's all creation. God is man-made up bullshit.
But in another place, it said the sun is the soul of all things.
Yep.
All has proceeded out of it.
Come on.
And all will return.
Yeah, buddy.
The sun is meant allegorically here and refers to the central invisible
Come on.
sun god.
Come on.
The first manifestation was Sephir, the emanation of Ein Sof, light and short. And I looked, and behold, a whirlwind came out of the north, a great cloud and fire enfolding itself. And a brightness was about it, said Ezekiel, and the likeness of a throne, and as the appearance of a man above it. And I saw, as it were, the appearance of fire, and it had brightness round about it. And Daniel speaks of the Ancient of Days, the Kabbalistic Ein Sof, whose throne was the fiery flame, his wheels burning fire. A fiery stream issued and came forth before him. The following may surprise some of you, but actually it makes much more sense when you consider the metaphysical and its relationship to man. If the limited space of its present work would permit, you might easily show that none of the ancients, the sun worshippers included, regarded a visible sun other than as an emblem of their metaphysical, invisible central sun. Moreover, they did not believe what our modern science teaches us, namely, that light, heat proceed from our sun, and that it's a plant which imparts all life by the visible nature. His radiance is undecaying, says Rigveda, the intensely shining, all-pervading, unceasing, undecaying rays of Agni cease not, neither night nor day. This evidently related to the spiritual central sun, whose rays are all-pervading and unceasing, the eternal, boundless life-giver. He, the point, the center, which is everywhere of the circle, which is nowhere, the etheric, spiritual fire, the soul and spirit of the all-pervading, mysterious ether. The despair and puzzle of the materialist who will someday find that which causes the numberless cosmic forces to manifest themselves in eternal correlation is but a divine electricity, or rather galvanism, and that the sun is but one of the myriad of magnets disseminating through space, a reflector, as General Pleasanton has it. But the sun has no more heat in it than the moon or the space-crowding host of sparkling stars. There's no gravitation in the Newtonian sense, but only magnetic attraction and repulsion. If you have reviewed some of the latest video material by Suspicious Observers or by Thunderbolts.info, you know that much of this info is unfolding to be true. The infinite is the metaverse, the passive creator, the Ein Sof of Kabbalah, the Parabrahman of Hinduism, some total of positive and negative existence. The infinite is the ultimate God of gods. He, the point, the invisible sun, the infinite, can also be represented as a vortex or a whirlwind, a point that represents the infinite. And so now we can see that across culture, from the Mayans to the Hindus and Eastern religions, and even Ezekiel's account of the wheels within wheels, that there is a physical symbolism associated with the metaphysical machinery of the universe. This is the invisible sun. The sun represents the soul. Isn't it funny that the same church that has tried to keep us from information would actually be found out by their own cathedrals and the art contained therein, as well as discoveries later confirmed by NASA? According to Christ in Egypt, the Horus and Jesus connection, you can see that there is definitely a connection to the Orion constellation. In Plutarch's Isis and Osiris, we see that the soul of Horus is called Orion. Craig Taylor on the Daily Grail on the Graham Hancock page also shows the same from Plutarch's Isis and Osiris, 1927, of a connection with Orion. The soul of Isis is called Sothis, Sirius. The soul of Horus is called Orion, and the soul of Typhon, Seth, is the bear. To cross-reference this information, go to Blavatsky.net, where Mr. G. Massey connects the Greek Christos, or Christ, with the Egyptian Charis, the mummy type of immortality, and proves it very thoroughly. He begins by saying that an Egyptian word of truth is not code, and that his title is Horus. As he shows, Horus preceded Christ as the messenger of the word truth, the Logos, or the manifester of the divine nature of humanity. In the same paper, he writes as follows: the Gnosis had three phases: astronomical, spiritual, and doctrinal, and all three can be identified with the Christ of Egypt. In the astronomical phase, the constellation of Orion, called the Sahu, or mummy, the soul of Horus was represented as rising from the dead and ascending to the heaven and the stars of Orion. The mummy image was preserved one, the Savior, therefore a portrait of the Savior, as a type of immortality.
Free use, people. Free use.
We see that the night of the 13th, 3 hours after midnight, looking south in cosmic commune, by midnight on August 13th, the Milky Way runs across the sky from east to west. It now represents the fallen star. A great dark light is visible in the Milky Way, a gateway to the underworld. This is the crossroads at which King Pinocchio disappeared from the Superblack Hole of his evolvement. These roads are sometimes imagined as canoe routes. About 3 hours after midnight, we identify that the visible portion of the Milky Way of the cosmic commune, illustrated in classic Maya art, that conveys the maze god through the underworld to the place where he will be resurrected, the hearthstone of creation and Orion, the location of the Orion. In the ancient Zohar, the Book of Concealed Mysteries, we read the following about the description of the maker of Persephone. But in his confirmation, ye know, also he is the eternal of the eternal ones, the ancient of the ancient ones, or the ancient of days. Concealed of the concealed ones, and in his symbols he is knowable and unknowable. But are his garments, and his appearance is the likeness of the face, vast and terrible, and upon the throne of flaming light they see, so that he may direct its flashes. And from that skull bestoweth a dew upon him, which is external, and filleth his head daily. And it is written, the dew of the lights is thy dew, of the lights, that is, from the brightness of the ancient. And this is that manna which is prepared for the just in the world to come. This can also be seen in the symbolism of the creation of Adam by Michelangelo, where the long grain or face touches Adam and breathes the breath of life into him. Something we shall cross-reference with the Bible concerning the hair of the Michael Chrysoprus is the following. This is the tradition from the skull of his head hang down 1,000 moneylines, 7,500 curling hairs, white and pure, white as wool when it is pure. Flipping back over to the Bible, we read in Daniel 7:9, and behold, till the thrones were cast down, and the Ancient of Days, the Ancient One, did sit, whose garment was white as snow, and the hair of his head like pure wool. His throne was like a fiery flame, and his wheels as burning fire. And finally, in Revelations, to also cross-reference that, Revelations 1:12, and I turned to see the voice that spake with me, and being turned, I saw 7 golden candlesticks, and in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man, cloth for the garment down to the foot, and girt about the house with a golden girdle. His head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes were like a flame of fire. His eyes is a flame of fire, or the symbolism of the pillars of fire reaching out from the infinite toward the point, toward the world. Flipping back over to the Zohar in the Book of Concealed Mysteries, we read about the eyes of the Michael Chrysoprus. The eye eyes of the white head
fantastic hacks to
are
get to,
diverse from
and
all other
some
eyes.
even more
Above the eye
fantastically
is
subtle
no
product
eyelid,
placement.
neither is there an eyebrow. The reason why is because this area
All right, we're back on
represents
fame or
the eye,
shame,
or
and I've
the
got some
center of a
bad news and
vortex
good
or
news.
whirlwind.
The bad news
The
is
third
we had a few
brightness
problems with our
shineth
voting
in the
machine, but the
center
good
of the
news is
sun.
we
And
fixed
goeth
it,
forth
and do I
a
have a
light
surprise
of the
for
inner
you.
brightness of
Making
the
it
brain,
to the
and
finals,
darteth forth
a
its
personal
rays
favorite of mine,
necessary unto the
Tracy
black hair
DeSanta.
under the head, and unto the brain of the
Hello,
head.
America!
This is the
God, I'm
tradition.
so
Were
nervous.
that eye
I wanna
closed
pee.
even for one
Shit.
moment, no
I mean
thing
pee,
could
not shit.
subsist. And this is why,
Anyway.
when flipping back over to the Bible, we read the following regarding
Someone
the Son of
about
Man
whether us
having
girls end up
previously
as
been confirmed as
scholars
Macroprosopis,
or
the great
strippers.
face, the following in Matthew chapter 8, verse 20. And Jesus said unto him, the foxes have holes, and the birds of the air have nests, but the Son of Man hath not where to lay his head. And in Luke chapter 9, verses 58, and Jesus said unto him, foxes have holes, and birds of the air have nests, but the Son of Man hath not where to lay his head. Additionally, we read the following verses in the Bible regarding the Son of Man. Daniel chapter 7, verse 13. I saw in the night visions, and behold, one like the Son of Man came with the clouds of heaven, and came to the Ancient of Days, and brought him near before him. And in Matthew chapter 24, verse 30. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. And then Matthew 26, verse 64. Jesus saith unto him, thou hast said, nevertheless I say unto you, hereafter shall ye see the Son of Man sitting on the right hand of power and coming in the clouds of heaven. And then in Mark chapter 13, verse 26, and then shall they see the Son of Man coming in the clouds with great power and glory. And then we read in Revelations 14:14, and I looked, and behold, a white cloud, and upon the cloud one sat, like unto the Son of Man, having on his head a golden crown, and in his hand a sharp sickle. The sharp sickle representing the pillars of fire reaching out from the
really
influence
from the
of
heart.
he, the point,
Judges,
he,
I
the
have to
influence.
say,
Nahum
I'm
chapter
thinking if you
1,
go the wrong
verse
way on
3.
this,
The
it could be
Lord
the end
hath
of a
his
lot of
way
promising
in the
careers.
whirlwind,
All right,
and
we're
in
going
the
to go to
storm,
commercials
and
and
the
we'll come
clouds
back
of
with
the
the
dust
judge's
of his
decision.
feet. Therefore it is
Jesus, guys,
called the
flip the right
open
way,
eye,
'cause I'm
the
aiming
holy
at
eye,
fucking
the
corner.
excellent eye, the eye
The
of
all-new
providence,
plug-in
the eye which
Corinne
sleepeth not
Dilettante,
neither
official
slumbereth,
hybrid
the
of
eye
fame or
which is the
shame,
guardian of
with
all
a range
things,
of
the
10
eye which
miles.
is the subsistence of all
Bad
things.
plus good
The
equals
eye of
better for
providence
everyone.
becomes a very
All right, we're back
important
on
symbol,
Fame or
along with the
Shame.
others,
This
when
is the
doing
moment
comparative
America has
analysis
been
across
waiting
cultures.
for.
As we can see
Yes,
across culture,
who
even in
is
the
going to win that
past,
$1
from the
million
swastika
and
to
go
the
on a
yin
tour
yang,
of
and
the
even
lower
a
Midwest?
vortex seen on the
Who
head of
is
Buddha
going
and
to
Shiva.
lose
A
and be
vortex is
sobbing in the
also
corner, cutting themselves?
oldest and most
Hopefully
ancient
you.
symbol
Excuse
found
me?
in
Sorry, I have
petroglyphs
something
across
to
the
say.
world. What do these people see
Cutting
so
and bulimia is serious.
long ago?
Yeah. Seriously sexy. All right.
Nevertheless,
Over the
the
last
eye
few
of
days,
providence
we've
becomes
seen
an
a lot of
important
acts
key
go to
in
the final.
decoding the visions
Here's a
we
quick
have been
recap.
reading about.
You
To my
love
knowledge, there is
Gmail
only one
Bob.
place that manifests this symbol, and additionally meets the criteria of the Mayans, the Egyptians, the Bible, the
Everybody
Zohar,
said a
and the
lot of stuff in the
aforementioned
water cooler
Eastern
about
scriptures.
mine's on
Isn't it
fire.
interesting? The same information so clearly communicated by the Mayan sacred
A
Bible,
little itchy.
and yet hidden by the Catholic
How
Church,
about
is the
the
very
most
symbol,
racist man
just
in
like the
America?
swastika, we have been taught to be afraid of. In the center of the Orion Nebula
Love
lies
the
the
stuff
star,
shake.
having
Loved it.
slopes at the same angles as the
And
Great Pyramid
the
of
power
Giza,
ballad of
51
William
degrees, the
Angio.
geometry surrounding the eye of providence. But what of this eye, you say? How shall I know this whirlwind exists
And of
in
course,
the center
the
of
one
this
we
triangle?
all know is going
The
to
Catholic
win,
Church was very
Tracy
nice to give us the
DeSanta.
information we needed before its discovery by NASA. In November of 2011, the discovery was made based on artwork found in cathedrals across Europe. This artwork repeatedly depicted the Orion constellation as
All right,
mentioned across
America's on
culture,
the edge
and
of
in
the
several of those
recliners.
places
I can feel the excitement. Who is going to win
showing
that
angels
$1
circling
million
around.
on Fame or Shame? Let's go to Anita Mendoza.
Oh, okay.
And the bright
Everyone is
located
so
in the center. And the year
talented.
following this discovery was released a
I'm gonna
news
have to
article by
go
NASA and
with-
Cornell University that reads, one of the most recognized
so sorry.
constellations is Orion, with its three prominent dark
I-
stars, or three stars in
I'm
a
gonna go
short
with
straight row on the
masturbating
south sky.
monkey.
This constellation can be seen at night at this
Masturbating
time of the
monkey.
year,
No, I heard
ascending
you.
in the east,
You,
visible from
right?
all
You're a
parts of the
great
globe.
judge of
Last
talent.
week,
Thank you.
November 1st, 2012,
Who's gonna win that
an
$1
international
million?
team of
Who's got the most
astrophysicists
talent?
announced the result of their work in computer modeling. which
Very tough
suggests that
competition.
a famous nebula or cloud
for me,
in Orion known as the
I'd
Orion
have to
Nebula
say-
has a black hole at its heart, whose mass is some
Masturbating monkeys.
200 times the mass of our sun. If it exists,
All right, you know what?
the black
It's not
hole
over
would
yet.
reside somewhere
2 out of
between the
3,
four bright
okay?
stars, which
Imran,
are
you
at the
can pull
center
this
of the
out.
Orion
Who's
Nebula.
it gonna
These
be?
stars are known as the
I'm going to
trapezoid.
have to agree
So
with my
just how far
colleagues.
back does this Orion correlation exist?
Masturbation
Let me present to
is so
you the
spiritual.
discoveries of Klaus
It's always
Stone,
working
whose
on your own
discoveries
home
come from the
room at some
antediluvian
nights,
world
bruv.
no longer among us.
Another very interesting artifact found on the same place
Are
in
you
Ecuador is the
kidding
so-called
me?
pyramid with the eye.
3
The eye
masturbating
is
monkeys?
inlaid. The stone is
Tracy
gray and
sang
white
her
and
heart
it
out.
looks really like an
Okay?
eye, but not
And she smells
really
great.
like a human eye.
She's gonna be a star.
Here you have a
Laszlo,
close-up
you wouldn't know
of
talent if it stuck a finger up your
the
arm.
eye,
She
and
only
you can
tried
see
that
the
once.
colors of the
All right?
inlay.
And I told her no.
On the
You know what?
bottom
I've had
of
enough of
this
all of your
pyramid,
shit.
you
Your
have
product
the inlay
endorsements,
in
stuff in your
little
face, the
gold
fucking
plates
craft services table.
showing the
And you're not even
Orion
fucking
star
British. I am
constellation,
totally British. I'm
and
sorry,
you
mate.
have unknown writing. The translation of Professor tHE, who was the president
Join us
of the
not
German Linguistic Association,
us
and he was
tomorrow
perfect in
for
more
the
than
start
40
of next
languages.
season.
He was able to
Fame.
translate his writing.
In
He called
association
it
with
Sanskrit
toe shoes.
because
Because
it
they're
was older than the
shoes for
oldest
toes
writing,
and plants.
and the translation of
Toes
these
and
four
plants.
letters you
3
can see
masturbating
here.
monkeys have
This
won
translation
and will
is
take
the
their
same
show
as
on
the
tour in the
bullet
Midwest.
times.
Look for tickets near you.
This
Join us
writing
tomorrow
existed
for a new
once
season of
worldwide, and that
Fame
means
or
there must
Shame.
have been a global civilization older than Sanskrit, older than 6,000 years. Another very strange finding from the same place is one big jade cup and 12 little jade cups. As the 12 cups are man-made, and each one is a little bit different in size, if you fill them up perfectly with water, and you put the 12 cups of water inside the big cup is completely filled. And on the big cup you can see a perfect inlaid star constellation, also showing Orion and other stars. And inside the big cup it is very, very magnetic, and outside the cup nearly nothing. This is the reverse side of the stone. You can see a spiral and a triangle. The center of the triangle is very magnetic, also shining on the black hole.
I believe there to be some major keys here beyond what is being presented on the surface. Before we analyze, we should understand that the artifacts presented were presented about 3 years prior to the official discovery of the black hole in the center of the Orion Nebula. What this does for us is gives us a sort of peace of mind, knowing that any data related to this black hole is more than likely genuine. Let's take a look at the first discovery, the pyramid with the eye. In fact, it is not a pyramid at all. It is a tetrahedron. The tetrahedron is the smallest and most compact of all platonic solids. The tetrahedron has long been known to be associated to the singularity, as things passing from one side to the other become infinitely small, and therefore makes the tetrahedron the best candidate to be associated to a black hole. Information about the tetrahedron and its relationship to the black hole can also be referenced in the work of Nassim Haramein. The eye represents the center of the vortex. The tetrahedron represents the geometry associated to the singularity. On the bottom of the tetrahedron, we see the Orion constellation. And finally, we have a mention of the Son of the Creator. 4 variables, 4 confirmations, all pointing to a singularity within the Orion constellation. Now let us take a look at the second discovery. We have one large cup or bowl surrounded by 12 small cups. This is a key symbol that many of you are probably aware of, 12 around 1, but not the material sun, not the sun that we see every day. It is the invisible sun, located in the Orion constellation, the same constellation engraved on the larger cup or bowl. You can find similar such symbolism in paintings, such as the Last Supper by Leonardo da Vinci, or in old astrology clocks found in cathedrals, showing Jesus in the center of the zodiac. It should be noted that both our sun and the invisible sun are both located in the Orion arm, and both are surrounded by the zodiac. Yet we've already seen that the association to the Son of Man, and the soul, of course, could possess successor to Christ, are associated to the spiritual and invisible self, the eye of providence in the center of the Orion Nebula. The larger bowl is perfectly filled by the 12 smaller ones, showing the direct relationship that they have to the Orion constellation. And finally, the inner portion of the larger bowl is magnetic, and the outer portion is not. This appears to symbolize a strong magnetic field located in the center of the singularity. Another set of curious coincidences, but most of us have learned that there are no such thing as coincidences. The final discovery, showing a rock with a triangle appearing to spin and leaving a trail as it does so. The triangle appears to resemble the eye of providence once again, and this time the eye in the center of the triangle is magnetic. Once again, this magnetic area communicates that a strong magnetic field exists within the singularity. If we view the whole Orion constellation to include the Orion loop that forms a Fibonacci spiral covering the whole constellation, we see that the center of the spiral is the trapezium of the Orion Nebula. In the following graphic, it was noted that the angles of the triangle matched the three hearthstones of the Orion constellation to within 1 degree. This low margin of discrepancy could be written off as human error. We envision the Orion loop as the trail left from a spinning black hole. Then the drawing on the rock is an almost perfect representation of the eye of providence located in the Orion constellation, whether we see it as the trapezium or the whole nebula spinning within the three hearthstones of creation. But what of this subsistence, you say? How could reality cease to exist at the closing of this eye? At this point, my friends, it would be helpful to begin visualizing your reality hermetically. As above, so below. As below, so above. As within, so without. To understand the nature of things in the universe, one must understand themselves. To understand themselves, one must understand the universe. All things are but only a degree and scale, from the physical to the mental to the spiritual planes of existence. What is the matrix? The first of the 7 hermetic principles is the principle of mentalism, the axiom of which is, the all is mind, the universe is mental, which means that the underlying reality of the universe is mind, and the universe itself is mental, that is, existing in the mind of the all. The planes of correspondence are divided into 3 main areas, of which physical reality is the lowest of vibrations. The all is spirit, for the purposes of thought and understanding. We're justified in thinking of spirit as infinite living mind, at the same time acknowledging that we cannot understand it. We must either do this or accept it not at all. The all can create in no other way except mentally, without either using material and therefore to use, or else reproducing itself, which is also impossible, since the all is everything. Just as you may create a universe of your own mentally, so does the all create a universe in its own mentality. Now, the mental universe is not a far stretch to consider. Science is slowly catching up, as Cornell University recently published a paper in late 2012 exploring the universe as a numerical simulation.
You women are the only conscious thinking humans here on Earth. There is no God being some man in the fucking sky called God, Jesus. That's some bullshit taught to you for make you believe in the bullshit so you can be controlled by what you believe in and what you fear.
Physics and relativity only apply to the universe they currently reside in. But when we sleep and create worlds, we easily break the laws of physics.
Come on. Come on.
Now, as we have read, the subsistence of our reality depends on the eye remaining open. If closed for an instant, we are told reality in this universal matrix of ours ceases to exist. Given that the universe is a mental creation, it would appear that the eye holds the mental picture of our reality together, physically on the human body, to cosmically, as seen in symbolism that exists within the surrounding area of the eye of the Orion Nebula, is the image of a brain. The whirlwind may be thought of as the pineal gland, and the pineal gland, as we know, is involved in dreaming and produces DMT. It is important that I do not lose you here, because words can only go so far as we enter into the metaphysical. And this is the reason why in many ancient texts what we see are allegories in an attempt to describe visions. The problem with this approach of the allegory is that words act like a filter. In R.H. Schwab-Deludic's Temple of Man, we express ourselves in conventional language, and the dictionary defines and limits the meaning of each word. Therefore, we can understand nothing beyond what the dictionary knows. We write with conventional alphabetical signs that in themselves express only sounds. Thus our alphabet is merely a mechanical means for composing the words in the dictionary and transmitting the thoughts they encompass. It may be said that the combination of those letters are almost infinite, true, but the number of words limited by notions already acquired. Thought can also examine observed phenomena and seek the causes. Certainly it can. But as soon as it approaches the metaphysical, it can no longer find in our languages and forms of writing the meaning of expressing itself. Abstract ideas formulated in words for which we lack the concepts are objectified and lose their significance. Thus, the representation, the symbol, is our only true means of transmitting an esoteric meaning, which in alphabetic writing we have to seek in parable or possibly metaphor or allegory. Symbolic representation and imagistic writing are the pure poetic forms of esoteric expression. Through symbolism and through it alone can we read the thought of the ancients. It is only through the symbolic that we will be able to coordinate known elements of this great civilization, and the writer can take on its true meaning. This understanding is exactly why we can look across cultures and see that others have described the same visions but in different words. Jacob's ladder is an excellent example of this allegory where he sees the angels descending and ascending to heaven. The oldest version of the description of this ladder can be found in the pyramid texts, and the ladder reaching to Orion. But in cultures across the world, the same ladder is mentioned, the ladder of Muhammad, Ishtar descending through the seven gates to save the divine in man. In all these cultures, the same septenary ladder that reaches to the heights of heaven can be seen. It is quite possible that if we were able to look into the minds and see the visions of each of these people, that the understanding of this ladder will become a lot clearer than has been transmitted through words. On the front page of Schwaller Ludwig's Symbol and Symbolic, Ancient Egypt, Science, and the Evolution of Consciousness, Schwaller gives us a key image to visualize as we continue. In this book we read, the symbolic attitude of ancient knowledge cultivated the intellect to the extent of perceiving all of the phenomena of nature as a symbolic writing revealing the forces and laws governing the energetic and even the spiritual aspects of our universe. Now, we can see that the universe is actually a mental creation, and there is no physical matter as we know it, then what physical simply becomes symbolic expression. In Genesis chapter 1, verse 27, we read, So God created man in his own image, and in the image of God created he him, male and female created he them. So rather than focus on the physical as the physical is symbolic, what can we gather from this verse? Once again, we can see that science is beginning to catch up in a recent news article published at the end of November 2012 that is titled, Physicists Find Evidence That the Universe is a Giant Brain. A small paragraph in the article reads, According to a study published in Nature's Scientific Reports, the universe may be growing in the same way as a giant brain, with the electrical firing between brain cells mirrored by the shape of expanding galaxies. But there is also other evidence that this same signature is found in smaller portions of the universe with its entirety, a pattern that exists at least in two places. Yet from previous research, we have seen that this same pattern exists also on our planet Earth. And specifically centered in Egypt. So this is the visualization to keep in mind as we explore further. But in addition to this, it is also important to visualize yourself, because as this universe creates this pattern mentally, so do you as you manifest visual images. Still, let us return to the discussion of the subsistence of reality based on the eye remaining open, as discussed in Zohar. To expand on this, let us take a look at an example from the book titled Occult Chemistry by Anna Besant and C.W. Ledman, published in 1951. This book investigates by clairvoyance a magnification into the structure of the atoms of the periodic table and of some compounds. To better understand the cosmic creation, we shall explore the macroscopic. As above, so below. As below, so above. Now, what sits just above the physical plane is an aether that pervades all space. It was discovered that a vortex that sits in the middle of the Orion Nebula beared a similar resemblance to what is known as the ultimate physical atom, or Anu. The Anu can scarcely be said to be a thing, though it is the material out of which all things physical are composed. It is formed by the flow of the life force, and vanishes with its ebb. An ebb, of course, is like a wave of energy flowing out and back in again. The life force is known to theosophists as tHE, the force which all things physical forces are differentiations. When this force arises in space, that is when tHE digs holes in space. The apparent void, which must be filled with substance of some kind, of inconceivable tenuity, anu appear. Anu is a term to describe these vortexes, and of which the plural form of this word is the same as the singular. If the flow of this ebb be artificially stopped for a single anu, the anu disappears. There is nothing left. Presumably, were that flow checked for an instant, the whole physical world would vanish as a cloud melts away in the infinite. It is only the persistence of that flow, the first life ray, the work of the third levels, which maintains the physical basis of the universe. We need to understand the term tHE a little better in order to understand the concept. According to theosophy and Hermetics, at the very top frame we have what is called spirit, and this is universal mind. Within that mind we have what is called divine thought. Divine thought creates a picture, an idea, if you wish, as the model of what it intends to create. However, at this point there is only the idea. For the creation to happen, it must be willed. So theosophists use the following analogy. Divine thought is the rider, and tHE is the steed. tHE is the energy or cosmic electricity created by the will of divine thought that digs holes in space and moves through the eye with this pattern of that divine ideation. This is used as a template that the ether moves through the vortex and restructures it into physical reality. It is important to remember that nothing is being created in any sense, only restructured.
This mysterious macroprocess, or the long face, was the clothed God. No longer clothed as an old gentleman, but clothed in creation. God as creation.
So as expected, the analogy was correct, and it is this consistent outflow of this life force called tHE that subsists our reality at a much larger level. But further we see the following. In order to examine the construction of the anu, a space is artificially made by a certain action of the will known to students. It is possible to make such a space by pressing back and walling off the matter of space. This denotes that this action of the will may also be performed in a similar, smaller scale, namely by us, as above, so below. At this point, the anu that have been created come into a vibration and form the atoms that we know them. When the ebb of the tHE ceases to flow, the anu disappears. Now that was more of a scientific way of describing the process, which for some may not be easy to grasp if no contemplation has been put into this area. So to summarize it in a more simpler sense, we should understand a couple of things. Since this can be performed on a larger scale or smaller scale, this denotes that reality where we exist is formed by layers upon layers of mind, each creating their own universes of which we exist somewhere down the line from the top, which is the all. So think of the eye of providence that sits in the center of the Orion Nebula, the connecting link between our reality and the mind that created our reality. Think of it as a projector, projecting light as our holographic universe, whereby if that ebb ceased for a second, our physical reality, not us, would cease to exist. And perhaps this is why we read in the Talmud the following regarding the comet and Orion. I am familiar with the paths of heaven as with the streets of Nehardia, with the exception of the comet, about which I am ignorant. There is a tradition that it never passes through the constellation of Orion, for if it did, the world would be destroyed. But not destroyed as such, only the ebb would be interrupted, and the physical reality we know of would cease to exist. And this flow that we know of as the ebb follows the same path as what we see in the Kabbalah tree of life. At the top we have Ein Sof, which can be considered the starting point of life, emanating from the invisible sun, working its way down into physical reality. The Word made flesh is the instant upon divine thought expressing itself in physical reality. In the Gospel of Thomas, we read the following from the secret sayings of Jesus. Jesus said, "It is I who am the light, which is above them all. It is I who am the all. From me did the all come forth, and unto me did the all extend." Split a piece of wood, and I am there. Lift up the stone, and you will find me there. And so the path of the Kabbalah is to return once again to this reality that exists above ours and above the Zodiac. It is a path that is also referred to as the ladder, and the physical reality that we see is a symbolic expression of the metaphysical path that we take to return to this level of consciousness. And we read from the pyramid texts at 625. I have gone up by means of the staff, which is in the place where his soul is found. I have gone upon the ladder with my foot on a lion and my arm uplifted. The metaphysical path that we take consists of the virtues associated with the 7 planetary logos. For reference to this, please review Jacob's Ladder to the Stars by Manly Hall, or review my video called The Key to Jacob's Ladder. Now, the ladder is mentioned in the Bible in allegory when we read in 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 19, What? Know ye not that your body is the temple of the Holy Ghost, which is in you, which ye have of God, and ye are not your own? This idea that the body is a temple is the same as what we gather from Hermes Trismegistus and the ancient Egyptians. As Hermes speaks to Asclepius, we read the following, For are you ignorant, Asclepius, that Egypt is the image of heaven? Moreover, it is the dwelling place of heaven, and all the forces that are in heaven. If it is proper for us to speak the truth, our land is the temple of the world. So Hermes refers to Egypt itself as a temple, and the temple is referred to as the body in the Bible. And so this brings us to our final understanding and why we see Egypt itself symbolically as the human body, and why the Egyptians spoke of it as they did in allegory. For we see that in the Egyptian book of coming forth by day, the following, May I sail down to Osiris like a living soul? And we also see the souls of Osiris and Ra meeting and embracing in Osiris. This is symbolic of the meeting of the pineal glands, of the lower and the higher, and of reaching a higher level of consciousness obtained through the virtues of the 7 planetary logos and virtues associated with these logos. As we travel north in Egypt to the Great Pyramids, we follow the path of the nervous system. The water flows north in the same direction as Kundalini flows up the spine. When we reach the Great Pyramids, they serve as a marker. They serve as a marker of the constellation of Orion. The inner parts of the pyramid show us the layout of universal mind. We see in the depiction of the Egyptian tree of life that it serves as a tree consisting of branches of consciousness. Thought, or hormones, which consists of universal mind, paints the branches of our universe in a larger mind. The person in the middle of the tree represents something similar to the analogy of Russian dolls, consisting of layers upon layers of mind. The pyramids were the house of the second birth and the resurrection, and served as a marker of what was to come. North of the pyramids lies the Nile Delta, which contains the same signature as the light that surrounds the Eye of Providence, found in the middle of the Orion Nebula. The same pattern that exists at the top of the Tree of Life, and Ether, which represents the pineal gland. The connecting link between this reality and higher levels of consciousness, and a path we must take ourselves to reach this level of consciousness. The final proof of the matrix exists in the area of the Nile Delta, and breaks our laws of physics.
But if you're going to do those things, you need to just explain to me what's going on with the puppet here.
Hey, this is not a puppet. That's Ho-Chi's sock.
Just as we
Therapy thing,
break
like a coping
them when we create universes in our own mentality. As areas around the Nile Delta grid structures
Yeah, this is closure.
created by man himself, not natural fractals such as the leaf natural tree, but man-made fractals showing consciousness are copied in the impressions seen around the trapezium of the Orion Nebula. This gives us the key to understanding that our reality is holographic and held together by a consciousness that understands the consciousness man used in order to create these grid structures. The slopes of the pyramid match the slopes of the triangle that surround the Eye of Providence. The center of the vortex of metaphysical man is the pineal gland of the body, as shown in the Egyptian hieroglyphics. And so in this hour of light, regardless of what they said about you, you were indeed a prophet after all. The journey through the planet and ending in the Orion Nebula was the same vision of the ladder we've seen across cultures since the time of Egypt. From the writings of Ellen G. White, we read the following. December 16, 1848, the Lord gave me a view of the shaking of the powers of heaven. I saw that when the Lord said heaven, and giving the signs recorded by Matthew, Mark, and Luke, he meant heaven. And when he said earth, he meant and earth. The powers of heaven are the sun, moon, and stars. They rule in the heavens. The power of earth are those that rule on earth. The powers of heaven will be shaken at the voice of God. Then the sun, moon, and stars will be moved out of their places. They will not pass away, but be shaken by the voice of God. Dark, heavy clouds came up and clashed against each other. The atmosphere parted and rolled back, and we could look up through the open space around, whence came the voice of God. The holy city will come down through that open space. I saw that the powers of earth are now being shaken, and that events come in order. War and rumors of war, sword, famine, and pestilence are first to shake the powers of earth. Then the voice of God will shake the sun, moon, and stars, and this earth also. I saw that the shaking of the powers in the earth is not, as some teach, the shaking of the powers of heaven, but it is the shaking of the angry nations. Considering the times that we're going through right now, these readings make much sense. How could she have known about the voice of God in the open space of Orion, which was considered the Orion Nebula, and the open space was considered the vortex, the Eye of Providence, in the center of the Orion Nebula. Finally, I leave you with the following regarding the mental universe from the Kabbalion. That death is not real, even in a relative sense. It is but birth to a new life, and you shall go on and on and on to higher and still higher planes of life. For aeons and aeons of time, the universe is your home, and you shall explore its farthest recesses for a long time. This was the lesson taught to those who experienced the initiation of the pyramid, as the Great Pyramid, according to the Neoplatonic mystics, was the tomb of Hermes, not the tomb of the dead pharaoh, but a universal symbol of infinite living mind. It was here that the initiates learned there was no death, and so all of the fear associated with death and scrambling to attain material things in life became unimportant.
How could it be the past? In the 80s, I could fly an attack helicopter. I could bomb any peasant village I want. And I could feel up any girl that I saw on the street. They were movies. They weren't real. Now we gotta get you real. I want you living a whole fake life on Mars. Step number 1. We're getting you a life creator page. We're getting you a bleeder account. And I want you posting all kinds of stupid, annoying opinions, okay? So we got them online. And then people started to make negative comments about it. And then we had a major setback. You know what, Jeff? If you go around killing every asshole that talks shit on the internet, you're gonna have a few million assholes to kill. Get some ammo, get some extra body bags. This is for large populace. That's a quote. That's a quote from when Jack was possible. Yeah, it's a quote from yourself. And you know what? I'm pitching your movie. Nobody's biting. What if I had sex? Like this. Hey, you got boom, 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 boom. She's like a boom. I'm like a boom.
I'm liking this picture because it's going to be a #1 hit.
Chinese people, who wants to get killed in a movie? Get in the car. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
I was inside the lake.
Imagine. Nothingness so pristine it's as far as the eye can see. Imagine every day, but this beach is 400 miles wide and there's no water. Imagine the peace and tranquility of a place utterly devoid of life, like living on the moon, but with snakes. For millions of years, people lived where the water was, until now. The Gran Sonora Desert. Come live where there's nothing there.
In 1950, the first Up and Atom restaurant opened. Life was simpler then. The 50s were a sacred time for our nation. Good, clean food, happy, homogenous people, and well-segregated communities. An enemy we understood and could control with the threat of nuclear apocalypse. Such was the excitement of the atomic age. That can-do American spirit is in our DNA at Up and Atom. We invented the triple burger, the 10-slice of bacon triple cheese melt, and extra creamy jumbo shake. And of course, the legendary two-way speaker box for people that are too lazy to get out of their cars to eat. We don't succumb to trendy health fads. At Up and Atom, we've kept many of the same menu items. We still serve up all of your weekly saturated fat, salt, and sugar needs in one convenient setting. Up and Atom, food from when we were morally superior.
Kung Fu Rainbow Laser Boys.
We're reclaiming the rainbow.
Kung Fu Rainbow protects your innocence any way they can. They are Tallulah, Sebastian Caden, Zoe, Quota, and Dirk.
We don't tolerate difference.
We're heterosexual dance.
Fight evil in multicolored schemes like Carl's and Pow! I'm happy to wait.
I don't even need to masturbate.
I dare all on the face of justice. That's bad.
And that's good.
Gonna save the neighborhood from sex. Kung Fu Rainbow Laser Force.
And what does science teach us that caused the dinosaurs to go extinct, Tallulah?
A giant meteor?
No, not a giant meteor. Sebastian Caden?
A huge flood?
That's right, Sebastian. A giant flood that in fact destroyed the dinosaurs and the Romans. Now, we as a civilization face an equally devastating threat from the environment. Now, what is that threat? Quota.
Climate change?
Correct, climate change. Ergo, a dangerous change in our moral climate that makes us stop caring about the terrible menace that will alter the future of civilization as we know it. Yes, I am talking about a football game. Now, this weekend's big game against our arch rivals, Wickenburg Canyon High. These are evil, evil people that must be stopped. Now, next week we'll move on to the insect family and the important role abstinence plays in their survival. You see, family is important, people, and everyone in this school is like family. And that's why we don't sleep with each other, as incest is just icky.
Mr. Hitzman, did you really mean what you said?
Oh, yes. Crickets do talk, and they love waiting for that special person to make baby crickets with in a creative and loving way. Now, one day, when I've mastered my inappropriate longings, I hope to meet an understanding Mrs. Hitzman and have some little baby Hitzmans running around. We'd probably get a Manny to play with them and help out around the house a bit. Perhaps he would be a strapping German boy with a brown shirt and big muscles and an enigmatic laugh that said more than words ever could. And then in summertime, he'd work topless, his Aryan sweat producing a glimmering sheen off his sizable butt.
About the end of the world.
Oh, yes, of course, but you guys are going to stop it. Observe Wickenburg Canyon High, state-funded.
Oh my God, ew!
There are some very dark things going on there in the name of so-called science. In fact, our recent intel tells us they are harvesting souls. That's right. Millions of little souls called stem cells. Now, Team Stem Cells are harvested from a pregnant woman's belly button near that smelly, disgusting hole thing they have down there.
Is that called a vagina?
Yuck! Don't even say it! I believe the male member is much more elegant and surprising. Why, one time, I was playing a game of sword fight with my elf.
Sir, about saving the world?
Yes, we have to stop them. You see, they want to build a mutant army and give people extra arms and legs so they can win at football and fondle your wives and daughters at the same time.
Really?
Really? Hey, where's Dirk?
Hey, team! Kung Fu Rainbow Laser Force, yeah!
Dirk?
Oh, yeah, sorry I'm tardy. I'm just so full of school spirit, you know? Parvenu Hills rules, woo!
That's okay, Dirk. You're good at sports, so we turn a collective blind eye to your remedial level reading skills.
I can't read.
I know you can't. lack of basic manners, mistreatment of classmates, and the fact that you're 25 years old and have yet to come close to graduating.
Oh, thank you, Hillary. I mean, Mr. Hitzman.
Yes, I was just telling the team about some of the terrible stuff that's been going on at Wickenburg.
Wickenburg can suck my nutsack, them boners.
Really? Can they? I mean, that won't be necessary, Dirk. Unless it would save America.
Now that would be controversial.
Maybe we should teach the controversy, Sebastian.
Atheists don't like that, sir. They like to present unproven theories made up by degenerates and transsexuals wearing dresses they call lab coats as if they're facts. Just like the fact that America is God's own country and our destiny is made manifest just like the earlier settlers did when they gave smallpox to the heathen so they could meet God quicker.
Very good quota.
Thank you, sir. I hope to one day be elected president, but based on my ability and integrity, not some liberal agenda which loves Muslims.
What a nice, noble, kind ambition. Although I hope to high hell it never comes true.
Me too, sir. I think I'll stick to basketball and making people feel uncomfortable when I talk to their daughter. I still don't have a date for the prom.
Oh, that's my boy. And I do mean boy in the most non-offensive way possible. Now, back to Wickenburg. I need you to do some reconnaissance. Listen closely. Here's what I'm
Kung Fu Rainbow Laser Force! Kung Fu Laser Rainbow Force!
No! Reconnaissance. Go in your school clothes and report back.
Kung Fu Rainbow Laser Force.
Oh my god, it's like a bomb went off. I know.
These people only have one home. How repulsive.
I imagine some of them share toilets. The very idea of putting my bottom where someone else's bottom is. Ew, 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 ew.
Hey, knock it off. We gotta keep an eye out for the enemy.
I ain't scared of them. Handout kids and pregnant girls. They can clean my butthole. Get me?
Louisa, what are you doing here?
Who's she?
One of our house cleaners.
This is where I live.
Here? This slum?
This is a nice neighborhood. Besides, you only pay me $15,000 a year.
Now, Louisa, shame-o on you-o. Don't go asking for handouts. My family has worked hard for what they've got. Why don't you take the rest of the week off without pay and think about this little incident?
You're terrible.
Why do you say that?
You should have just fired her on the spot. Giving her time off, she'll do what all poor people do. Abuse drugs and have another kid. And I mean that compassionately. Oh my god! Look at that. Mortal sin at 3 o'clock.
Hey,
everybody,
stop
I hope you
right
have a great New
there.
Year's.
What's your
And
problem? We're
this particular
heterosexual
video is going to
virgins,
be
and
TV.
you're our problem. What?
Kind of puts together a lot
Don't
of
push your
what
luck,
research
kid.
is going
I
on.
know how it goes. You
It's
start
based
by
on
holding
Soul,
her hand.
and
Then
that
it's a
Soul
trip up and
seed.
down the bases. Figure
And
it out. Then you fire off big home
I
run,
think
and
if
before
I
you
could
know it,
wish for
you got a
anything
kid on your
going
hands
into
that's gonna live his whole
2013
life
for
in
human
prison.
consciousness,
Yeah,
it
spending
would
my
be
parents'
that
tax dollars.
We're only
you
holding
all
hands.
learn to
I
find
bet
the
you smoke
similarities
pot.
in
Poor
each
people
other
love
rather
the
than the
pot.
differences in
No,
each other.
I have
I
asthma,
think we
thank
could do
you.
that.
I
We
bet
could
you
come
pleasure
together
yourself.
easier.
Sometimes
And that
And
goes
what's
as well with religions and spiritual teachings.
That
Because
is a
if
statue
you
from the
approach all
museum from
this
the
stuff
Renaissance.
not
What are you
having
talking
been
about?
born into
Museums are the worst.
and basically
Subsidized
beaten
ends
over
of
the head
sin
with
leading
any
people
particular
astray.
certain
My
religious
father
belief,
says we should
if you
stop
would go into
subsidizing
these things
decadent
and look
culture
at them
and start supporting things
without
that really
that particular
matter.
thing ruling your
oil
life or
industry.
scaring you into
If we
believing
were to
that
do that,
Shut up,
something
pervert.
like you're
He
going to
wants
lose
to
your
chop your
soul
arms
or
off and
something
have
crazy
sexual
like that
intercourse
because
with
some
you.
priest
We
or
have pledged to
or
wait,
some
and
this
your
is this is
indecency
the
has just
this is the
offended
fear
these
that's
lovely,
been put into
impressionable
people
girls.
by these religious organizations.
you're a
But
degenerate.
when you
You're
start
a
taking a look at
dickhead.
all
Say
of
that
these
again.
various
We were only
religious
holding hands.
and
Look,
spiritual
we have
teachings,
made out
you
once.
start finding
Look,
these
I don't want a kid yet, and I have masturbated.
stories
So
and
what?
truths,
You are
although they may be
dickheads.
slightly criminal story
He was
from the
leading you
characteristics
astray.
that
And
you're
he
saying.
saved you from a life of
For
vice.
example,
And
William P. Hall
prostitution
tells
and
us
picking
about
up cigarette butts
the
looking for a
ladder
fix if she
that
isn't a
can be
streetwalker
found,
already.
we're going to take a look at that today because it can be found in Western Egyptian pyramid texts,
Well,
which
we save
are
those kids from
actually
natural
the
desires.
oldest
It's true
religious
that
texts
sometimes
in
the only way to
existence.
manage teenage sex
And
is
they
by
have been
acts of
borrowed
extreme
from
violence.
other
Which is good because violence is
cultures.
awesome.
But we can see that the ladder,
this whole place
Jacob's
smells so
ladder, to
yucky.
describe Jacob's ladder is described in Genesis,
Look,
I believe.
starting their
We see
spirit
Muhammad's
rally.
ladder, right? We see these parallels that exist in all these various cultures. We see this idea of the resurrection that occurs in all these various cultures. We see obvious parallels between Jesus
Something's wrong. My
3
body's going
days,
through some
the
changes.
resurrection. Hitler carried the same characteristics. He was actually called the
And I
Lord of
can't
Light. We
control
see
them.
these parallels.
Desires
Osiris
to
was
kill
also a
everyone in a
resurrection figure.
violent,
And what a lot of people
testosterone-fueled
don't understand
rage.
is that
My voice is
the
changing.
Egyptians,
I can shoot laser
when
beams
they
out of my
spoke
eyes.
of
Look!
a particular
Feel my
god,
wrath!
it was a lot of times, it was not meant to always be a physical representation of something. They understood the planes of correspondence. And so it wasn't always about sun worship, which people continue to believe to this day, which is a very short-sighted way of the way they understood the universe. When they understood the universe, they understood the whole representation of planes of correspondence. So when they saw something physical, they realized that there was a mental correspondence to it. And they realized there was a spiritual correspondence.
The vapors are enough to kill a man.
Let me read to you
Hear
real
me,
quickly what
Zoe
the
and
planes of
Tallulah. You've
correspondence
been
in the
cursed.
Kabbalah.
Now,
As above, so below, as below, so
tomorrow
above.
night's game,
It's not just as above, so below. It's also as below, so above. So if you want to understand something larger than your universe, in order to do that, you understand yourself.
pay no attention to that now, Dirk, for
The
it is
tablets
time for the grand
in BC,
finale.
so the ones that made all things. The Egyptians understood this as well. So, Jesus even said in the Gospel of Thomas that when you understand yourself, then you will be
Kung Fu laser girls, you posers.
The
You think
bottom
you can
line
defeat our
is
alternative
that
agenic light so
the
easily?
universe
Well, while
is
you're out
a
harvesting
representation,
stem cells, we shall be
the
harvesting
smallest to the largest. It's all holographic. And so there are larger versions of us in the cosmos, and then inside our body, our whole body acts as the universe itself. And then there's the physical, and then there's the mental, and then there's the spiritual planes of existence.
Life Invader, the
You are
social
not your
networking
body,
site,
your mind,
announces
your
its
soul.
new
It's not
tablet.
required.
It's not
Let me read
technology,
you what it
it's
says here.
your
The
life.
great secret being that principle embodies the truth that there is a common agreement and correspondence between the several planes of manifestation, life, and being. This truth is true because all that included in the universe emanates from the same source, and the same laws, principles, and characteristics apply to each unit or combination of units of activity, as each manifests its own phenomenon upon its own plane. And this is the part that really is important right here. If you can grasp this next part, then you will really be on your way to grasping what correspondence really means. A lot of times when people think of as above, so below, they only think of the physical. But you have to understand that there is a mental correspondence, there is a spiritual correspondence to things too. If you understand that,
if you know that, not understanding, if you know that, understand is going along with believing some bullshit.
Recognize it visually. And then when you actually go
The belief system is only there for you when you was a kid. Once you grow into knowing, because you take the time out to filter the shit through the creator of you within your heart. I'm just telling you what the creator telling me to tell you. Well, all this bullshit is wearing me out. Unreal.
Three great classes of phenomena, known as three great planes: the physical, the mental, and the spiritual. Now this part right here, these divisions are more or less artificial and arbitrary. But the truth is that all of the three divisions are but ascending degrees of the great scale of life.
Look at your hair.
The lowest point
It's like
of
you
which
covered
is
it with a dog's
undifferentiated
arm.
matter. The highest point is that of spirit, and moreover, this is really important right here,
You know, it
these
often gets
planes
messed up when I'm
shade into
banging your
each
mom.
other, so that no hard and fast
Cue heresy,
division
ladies and gentlemen.
may be made between the higher phenomena of the physical and the lower of the mental.
Just passed on, actually.
What I have learned is that this part right here is extremely important,
Well, she did seem
because I
kind
can
of
see
pale
the
and
visual
quiet, but
representations
well, you know, I like goth chicks. You can do whatever you want to
of
them,
an
and they don't
ideal
call the cops.
or a meaning.
Let's
For
get on with it.
example, let me give you an
The
example.
Favor Shame
When you look at a
panel.
cross,
Anita Mendoza.
you're not just seeing that, oh yeah, it's a cross. There is meaning behind that cross. And that makes that cross hieroglyphic, and it represents when
And
they go in, the
our
ancient
spiritual
Egyptians put these
advisor
hieroglyphics on
and
the wall,
judge,
and
Imran
they have these certain hieroglyphics like the English,
Spiritual proverb says,
and that seem to
all
appear
things
in
that
all
are
these other
white
cultures, like Babylonian,
are not
Syria,
new. Especially the stuff on
Samaria,
Maslow's neck.
Zoroastrian, all these different. They all have this winged disc. There's a reason why, because there is, it represents
some even more
correspondence to something in the spiritual, but yet you're seeing something that is a physical representation. It's like if I show you a heart, you think of love. If I show you a cross, you think of, you have a certain idea about the meaning behind it. So that's what's important here, because a lot of the times that when you see something in the physical, the way the universe communicates, it's saying, well, here's my physical representation, but there's meaning behind this. And if you can learn what the meaning is behind what it's showing you, then you can learn that the universe does actually communicate.
Scholars or strippers?
The temple is more than a place of worship as we understand it today. The temple was the people. It was a three-dimensional lesson, a non-linear book. Temple spoke possibly only of time as a portion of spirit, but indeed entirely. The temple is a puzzle. The joy of the initiative is to solve its nested and concentric riddles. In many cases, the mystery once solved reveals a deeper enigma beneath. Swallow's landmark work at Luxor, the result of 17 years on site, returns to the modern world in windows into the sacred science of the ancients. As the study of the temple's measurements reveals a great wealth of unexpected wonders. This strange temple, which Swallow would come to call the Temple of Man, is laid out according to the proportions of a world of small things.
Yeah! That was fantastic! I mean, amazing, especially the ho-ho-oh part. Really from the heart. Judges, I have to say, I'm thinking if you go the wrong way on this, it could be the end of a lot of promising careers. All right, we're going to go to commercials, and we'll come back with the judge's decision. Seriously, guys, vote the right way.
The all-new plug-in Corinne Dilettante, official hybrid of Fame or Shame, with a range of 10 miles. Bad plus good equals better for everyone.
All right, we're back on Fame or Shame. This is the moment America has been waiting for. Yes, who is going to win that $1 million and go on a tour of the lower Midwest? Who is going to lose and be sobbing in the corner, cutting themselves? Hopefully you.
Excuse me, sorry, I have something to say.
It was a representation
Cutting and
of
bulimia
man, the temple of Luxor,
serious.
the temple of man, is called now, that
Seriously,
Schwab
sexy.
Lewis
All right,
studied
over the last few days, we've seen a lot of acts go to the final. Here's a quick recap.
And understood
You love
planes of
Gmail
correspondence.
Bob.
They understood the representation of man in the holographic universe, from the macrocosm
Everybody
to the
said a
macrocosm.
lot of stuff at the water cooler about mine's on fire.
A little pitchy.
How about the most racist man in
The temple was
America?
a repository of the great antenna of witnesses of heaven.
You all disgust
The
me.
man
Loved
suffered.
it. Love.
And the power ballad of William Angio.
Man was made in the image of God. Man was not
And of
only
course, the one we all
creation
know is going to
of the
win,
universe,
Tracy DeSanta.
So when you start doing the research into these cathedrals,
She was good.
you realize that what actually
All
happened
right, America's
is
on
that
the edge of the
these builders
recliners.
of these
I can
cathedrals
feel the
made a
excitement.
point
Who is going to
to
win
preserve
that $1 million
to
on Fame or
eliminate
Shame? Let's
get
go
rid
to
of the
Anita
ancient
Mendoza.
Oh,
the
okay.
use of the
Everyone is so
Thank God for these people
talented.
that did
Especially
this.
Tracy.
But I'm gonna
Because
have
if
to
they
go
hadn't, I would
with.
have never discovered what I have.
Okay.
I wouldn't be able to bring this information to you right now. We can clearly see that in these cathedrals, these types of metaphysical to physical correspondence.
Masturbating
This, for
monkey.
example,
I heard you.
the Jacob's
You,
ladder.
all right? You're a great judge of talent. Thank
You can see it in other places
Who's
too.
gonna win that $1 million? Who's got the most talent?
What appears to be these angels
Very tough competition.
circling around this
But for
trinity.
me, I'd have to
Jacob's ladder.
say
You also see it in the
masturbating monkeys.
right here in the one called
All right, you know what? It's not over yet.
Triumph of the Name of Jesus.
2 out of 3.
And
Okay,
this right here
Imran,
is
you
a
can pull
portion
this out. Who's it gonna be?
of the
I'm going to have to agree with my colleagues.
that basically spirals
Masturbation
into
is so
the center of
silly.
the ornament.
But so is working on your own home with home
Here's an
improvement
example of that
supplies
right
from
here.
YouTube.
What is unclear is how these people actually
Are you
see the ornament.
kidding me?
The Barnard's
3
work is necessarily
masturbating monkeys?
1895, but I
Tracy
believe that,
sang
for example, if you go
heart
back
out.
into the ancients and they knew
Okay?
things about the
And she
cosmos,
smells great.
and I have a feeling
She's
it
gonna
has
be
something
a
to do
star.
with
You know,
reaching
Laszlo,
higher
you wouldn't know
levels of
talent if it stuck a
consciousness,
finger
doing
up
that
your
somehow.
ass. She only
You're
tried
able
that
to
once. All right?
either
And I told
feel
her
or
no.
connect
You know what?
somehow
I've had
or
enough of
see
all of
things
your shit.
possibly through the third
Your
eye.
product endorsements,
But
stuff
this
in
is
your face, the
definitely
fucking
confirmed.
craft
This is
services
exactly
table.
what this
And
is.
you're not even
And it is
fucking
a
British. I am
representation
totally British.
of the
I am so,
ladder.
mate.
Here you have blood on right here. And notice that in all these cases it spirals inward and spirals right into the middle. And of
Join us
course,
tomorrow
these
for the
angels
start of
circling
next
around us
season.
is what led
Fame
me
or
to go
shame.
searching.
In association
With
with
that
toe
vortex,
shoes.
recent,
Because they're
which
shoes
confirmed
for
to
toes
me back
and
in
blocks.
maybe
Toes and
2012.
blocks.
3 masturbating monkeys have won and will take their show on tour in the Midwest. Look for tickets near you. Join us tomorrow for a
So
new
it looks
season
like
of
people that we have
Fame or Shame.
what I'm looking at right here is a Freemason site. I'm looking at the origins of it, and I want to read this to you real quick because it says, born out of the master builders of cathedrals, operative masonry became organized and created its own society. These masons traveled continuously from one building site to another, freeing themselves from the authority of the corporations, of the nobility, and the church. This is exactly what I have been saying. So, these are the guys you need to thank, because if they hadn't put these in these cathedrals, if they hadn't preserved that ancient knowledge, and obviously they had to hide it because of the church. So, something to definitely think about. I owe them my thanks for actually doing that. If they hadn't done it, I would have never found that house. Now this is where my research picks up, along with what was discovered in the cathedrals. We don't know whether some of that stuff was intentional or subconscious. Some of those cathedrals, the reason I say that is because of the level of detail that it gets to. But nevertheless, with Schwalbe-Lübeck's work inside this Temple of Man, I had already found that in alchemical paintings, I guess you might call them, from El Greco, showing us that Mount Sinai was actually the Nile, and that he had put a brain on that Nile. And the reason that's important is because, as we're going to see, when you place that brain in that Nile, rather appealing thing it is the very center of the Nile Delta. There is a method to my madness. I'm following what the clues that these people are showing us. A while back, I showed you a video called Egypt, Iran, and the Human Body. Right here, you have the eastern part of Africa. You get up right here where the red line crosses. This is Egypt right here. And, of course, if you read ancient texts, you realize that Hermes said that Egypt is the temple of the world. And then the Egyptians believed the temple is more than just a place of worship. It also represents man in a cosmic sense. So what we have right here, we have the human nervous system. And not only do we have just the human nervous system, but the ancient Egyptians left a megalith for us to confirm that that's what we're looking at. That's one of the functions of the pyramids. Because when we take the human nervous system, the brain right here, and we see where these channels cross, okay, that's called the pyramids of the brain. And this, the function where they actually cross is called decussation of pyramids. And you'll notice that when they cross, that the two channels go to each side of the brain. And you see the exact same thing going on right here in the Nile. But the Egyptians were smart, because right where the Nile starts crossing back and forth right here, which is right at the base of the skull, where the spinal cord actually goes into the base of the skull, they put the pyramids there. And the pyramids correspond to the pyramids of the brain, and the Nile, and its channel follows the same thing that the nervous system is actually doing. So here's a representation right here showing you the location of the pyramids of the brain, and here's where they are right here. It's right where the spinal cord goes into the base of the skull. You'll also notice that the cavity right here, where it's green versus yellow on the land, also matches the same cavity that you see inside the human skull. And all this was obtained from taking a look at El Greco's Mount Sinai, when he actually showed us the Nile, and he actually showed us that the human nervous system sits in the Nile. So he gave us a clue. But when I saw the pyramids being where they're located, and just happened to be where the pyramids of the brain are, that changed everything too. So there's also other pieces of evidence we have here. Right here we see that the lotus flowers on the top of the head, and even in the pyramid text it says, "Purify yourself on top of your lotus flower," and then in the lotus flower is a representation of the Nile as well. Notice the branch with the leaf on it right here. We actually have something that represents a flower. Beyond that, what the Egyptians were describing, the subtle chakra system and stuff, they were describing Kundalini. And as we know, Kundalini moves from the base of the spine up, right? Well, interestingly, the water of the Nile flows from south to north. It flows the same as Kundalini would flow as your chakra system is moving on. So it's very obvious that the Nile represents a metaphysical representation of the mind. The Egyptians showed us the pyramids in the same place, the pyramids of the brain, and the Nile actually mimics the whole process of the crossing going on right where the pyramids are located. This is important because this is a really good clue into the insight. Right here is Dr. Finkelstein's understanding of the Nile, and you can see where the brow is, whereas the third eye is, right in the very center of the Nile Delta is where the eye is. So this is all in line with what other researchers have found. So this is where the whole idea of correspondence becomes important. Because you remember when I told you that the complete understanding of correspondence is to understand that it's more than just the physical. It also transcends into the mental and into the spiritual. So when you see the representation of something, when you see a physical representation of something in the universe, a lot of times if you understand yourself, you understand what it is. And so you have to pick up on these clues, because what they showed us right here with this temple of man, and the way that it actually occurs here at the bottom, is they somehow worked the idea of this actually representing the Nile. And what we find is that when we use the pyramids, as I've shown you before, as the starting of the flower of life, we start creating that flower of life all over Egypt. Interestingly, these major temples fall right in line with these areas and correspond to the entrances and exits of the Temple of Man, and also correspond to the chakras. And as you can see right here, the way the brain fits in, the idea of this is exactly what's in line with what the ancient Egyptians did. They understood the micro and macrocosmic movement, which is exactly what you were hearing there in magical Egypt. So let's get into the soul here, because I wanted to give you a little bit of briefing. I want to show you that the Egyptians did believe the exact same thing that I've been telling you. That this type of phenomena about the temples were carried on into the church, and it was done without the church knowing it, because the church doctrine would not agree what was actually put into these cathedrals. They had to find a way to hide it. So now we're going to get into a little bit more about the soul.
Maybe this makes much more sense than the big sending of the Egyptians to a bunch of superstitious idiots, because all of this is incredibly
Now,
the physical body of the pharaoh is rendered tiny, perhaps turned into a sleeping death, perhaps a type of anchor. It was heavily supplied with all manner of spells, amulets, talismans, and other forms of magical protection. The strange practice of mummification still holds many mysteries. Why were some organs carefully preserved, while the brain scooped out and discarded? And we found the work of Dr. Strassman. His pioneering work has raised some very important questions about the pineal gland and its interaction with a strange hallucinogenic chemical known as DMT. Could the interaction of these two components, seeds of consciousness, could it in fact be the gate through which we enter and lead to true life?
In terms of how the course started, I was interested in seeing if I could determine a biological basis for mysticism. If what had happened started in the first place. And I was quite impressed with some of the commonalities that seemed to occur between spontaneously occurring psychic states, such as those that occur with meditation and
The apocalypse is coming. Will it be aliens, zombies, or a global financial meltdown? Whatever it is.
Well, stop bullshitting technology.
Get your complete apocalypse kit and ammunition. Contains foodstuffs and alcohol for 3 months. A massive array of armaments. To trade with roadside
Call it on your own. What bullshit.
birth control, so you don't create any more mouths to feed. Pornography. Water purifier so you can drink your own urine. And cyanide pills so you can live like a man. When 1,000,000 zombies come running over the hill, you'll be really pissed you didn't buy enough bullets. Don't dial 911, dial 357. Ammunition. Protecting your rights.
Here was the brave ranger, now he's gone. And that's what happens when we get sent into tough combat situations with inadequate support due to Congress being run by liberals and pseudo-liberals and pseudo-people who hate pseudo-fucking America. Sure, boy was a buck pirate, he died like one too. And anyone who says the Purge Ranger won't let tweeters get shot alive in Vegas is simply a bigot not living in this here century. But just so we're clear, Street Boys did an even better job.
But what about reports of innocent people getting caught in the crossfire?
Fuck that! That
Of the
categorical
possibility
bullshit, ma'am.
of some
What
kind
kind
of
of innocent person comes
compound
to
in
a
the
freaking
brain with
shopping
psychedelic
mall?
properties
Anyway,
that could be
that's all I
underlying
got time for. I
some
gotta
of
go
these
take a dump. God
spontaneous
bless this country.
experiences. I began becoming interested in the pineal gland as a possible source of some kind of psychedelic chemical in the brain. It's an extremely mysterious organ. It's quite small. There seems to be some kind of a kind of visual correspondence with light and with color in the pineal. And also it has quite a long history in the context of the mystical literature. It's been described as the third eye and as the crown chakra, those kinds of things. And it's spoken of as being activated when people can somehow mystically. And so one of the interesting aspects of pineal development also is that it appears in the human embryo at around 39 days of gestation. And 49 days is also the time that the Tibetans believe is required for one soul to incarnate onto the next. And 49 days is also the time that the Tibetan ability is required for one soul to incarnate onto the next. That was a pretty interesting coincidence. At the time of the differentiation of the fetus into either male or female, that also occurs at that 49 days.
This debarking finds parallels in both the mental realm and the physical realm. The central location of the entrance to the temple corresponds physically and symbolically with the central family realm. As we enter and leave each new life and new body through the third eye, so too do we enter and leave the temple through this midpoint between the hemispheres.
Well, I tell you what, this is my kind of rally right here. Even more fun than that one when we wore them silly hoods.
Okay, so the reason it was important to bring you through all that is to show you the other research that's been done, to show you what the ancient Egyptians, how they viewed the temple, and the stuff was carried on into our cathedrals, who did it, that it had to be hidden. It gives people a little bit of perspective about what's going on in history. And what appears to be going on in history is that the church is trying to hide this type of information from us. And they have pointed to it as being evil. And it's really a shame that it actually had to be hidden. Probably because if they didn't hide it, they would have been killed during the Inquisition or something like that in order to share information. So it was important to bring you through all this, to show you these things. It was important to show you the covenant.
And I say to you that what we need is more Christmases and Thanksgiving. I want to get wasted. Now, who's with me?
Now we only need to find the perfect patriotic halfwit to run as our coffee grinder candidate for president. Which we will back with $1 billion and take ownership of Congress and the White House and deregulate to our heart's content. You have a heart, brother. Oh, you softy. Oh, my bowels. Oh, where do those assholes go? Man, I'm gonna drop a bomb out my ass that would melt the city into glass.
The Coffee Grinder Party is about turning public schools into shoe factories. And, sir, excuse me, sir, what are you doing? Sir, oh my God!
Isn't that the fellow that tried to assassinate the president, urinated on the first lady, and blew up the Washington Monument? And now he's literally taking a crap on the United States Capitol. I think we may have found our candidate, brother.
Will the creepy billionaire brothers hatch their evil scheme? Will Dick become the next president of the United States? Will Butch become the first lady? Find out next time, only on Republican Space Rangers.
Don't miss the next episode of Organ Farm, where contestants abduct illegal immigrants to get the life-saving transplant they need. It's heartwarming reality TV. Organ Farm, Thursdays on Weasel. Give the 99% what they really deserve. Avarice. Something to aspire to. The new Serrano. Luxury reasserted.
Mid-1980s to the early 1990s, it was the greatest time in the history of America. An evacuator, I finally won the Vietnam War with the help of my sidekick Ho Chi Bat and my Indian spirit guide Wandering Hand. An exploder, evacuator part 2, I marry America and save my family by killing more foreigners. A special needs cop, I became a school teacher to bust a drug ring moving coke to a school for special needs children. I was the biggest. I was the best. Then everything went to shit. I was convicted of a crime I probably didn't commit. So I just spent a few years in the joint. Prison changes a man. I knew that Vinewood and my fans would be here waiting. Hey, Carl, take care of your dick. Freedom, here I come. Where is everybody? Jack's back! Unfortunately, America moved on. And that's why I'm living. It's like nobody remembered the war. Now it's all about fighting terrorism on computers, using drones and women. In the old days, we fought evil using survivor knife sets and steroids. It was a lot better back then. There's one thing I've learned being an action hero movie star. That Vinewood never moves on! I'm back, bitches! And there's nothing you can do about it! The 80s are never over. You don't just turn off the 80s!
I'm Rufus Bellows. I just signed checks with a client. This is our first big meeting. First one, number one. I gotta be honest. I'm a little bit nervous. Every time I gotta meet a star, the nerves get going. Because mostly up until now, I've only worked with talking animals and midgets. So, you know. It's time to get pro, baby!
Who is it?
It's Rufus, your agent.
Lynn. What do you want?
Whoa, hey, Jack, whoa, lower the piece, bro. It's me, Rufus. You're gonna go big places with me? Remember, I'm your new agent, Jack.
You know, the last one didn't work out so good.
I know a guy that can clean that up for you. Total DNA removal. You know, I should give you a card.
What can you do for me?
And what can you do for me?
Give me some tough love for stars. Are those jars of urine in there?
Hey, stay out of that. I will mow you down.
What's with Crystal's see-through slippers in the chair here? She dead?
She's meditating.
Jack, I am a huge fan, Jack. I am so excited that you're out of prison. And you're ready to make your comeback. You're gonna claw your ass up that Vinewood signboard. You're gonna take a dump on everybody down below. But if you're gonna do those things, you need to just explain to me what's going on with the puppet here.
Hey, this is not a puppet. That's Ho-Chi's sock.
Looks like a therapy thing, like a coping mechanism.
Hey, I don't cope. I kill.
Yeah, death is his closure. Death is his closure.
I got it. All right. Hey, a little bit of role-playing never hurt anybody, huh? I'm worried about Jack. I'm worried about him, all right? I knew things were bad. I didn't know they were this bad. Jack, I'm the guy that's gonna turn your career around.
His career is just fine, Rufus. You got a problem with that? He's still on top. He's still number one, Rufus. The kid's still number one. Hey,
he's hoarding urine in there. You saw it. He's talking to a sock puppet. He's got these patriotic illusions of grandeur. This is going to be a fucking gold mine. You smell that? You smell it? You smell it? Home run, baby. Over the fence.
Hey, life's been tough since I left prison and befriended Assad. But Ho-Chi really understands me. And this agent seemed like the kind of guy who could get my career back on track. Making action movies about agents and East Europeans. Oh, I couldn't wait.
Neither could I.
Jack, I want to talk to you about my fee. It's a little high, but you get what you pay for. 40%. No negotiation.
Oh, no, I want 60%. No less. All right?
Hey, you drive a hard bargain.
Okay. He's in.
Great to have you on board.
Way to go.
Don't touch that.
All right, LG, okay. We called in a crew of guys that do crime scene cleanup to get all the hoarder stuff out. Jack was not happy to let things go.
Nobody takes my piss.
Nobody takes our pee-pee.
But we finally got the place cleaned up. Yeah, almost.
Hello.
After all this women's work, it was time to get down to business.
Rufus, I'd like to pitch my new movie.
Okay.
I infiltrated Chinese business, and I bombed all the factories where the kids make the MP3 players.
And I bring all the jobs back to America.
And then I get these Chinese bankers, you know, that keep America's dead hostage.
And I mow them down, and I get myself some hip-hop. And then I say to the fellas, hey, fellas!
Jackie, listen. I love the whole stick it to the Chinese angle.
So,
but people, you know, they're a bit more sensitive now. The 80s are over, you know?
The 80s are over. I'll say the 80s are over.
The 80s are never over. You don't just turn off the 80s.
Okay, Jackie, okay.
You know, I walk down the street now, people recognize me, people scream out at me.
Baby killer!
I never meant to kill that baby!
He's innocent. He thought it was a chicken.
That's all
I thought it was a chicken!
That's all in the past now. Sit down. It's all in the past.
How could it be in the past?
In the 80s, I could fly an attack helicopter. I could bomb any peasant village I want. And I could feel up any girl that I saw on the street.
They were movies. They weren't real. Now, we got to get you real. I want you living a whole fake life online. That's step number one. We're getting you a Life Invader page. We're getting you a Bleeder account. And I want you posting all kinds of stupid, annoying opinions, okay? So we got them online. And then people started to make negative comments about it. And then we had a major setback. You know what, Jack? If you go around killing every asshole that talks shit on the internet, you're gonna have a few million assholes to kill.
Get some ammo, get some extra body bags, and extra large popcorn. It's gonna be a long night. That's a quote.
That's a quote from when Jack was busted.
Oh, yeah. It's a quote from yourself. And you know what? I'm pitching your movie. Nobody's biting.
What if I had a sex tape?
Like this. Hey, you got boop, 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 boop. And she's like a boop, and I'm like a
Boop!
boop.
I'm directing this picture because it's gonna be a #1 hit.
Chinese people, who wants to get killed in a movie?
Get in the car. Let's go.
I was inside a lady.
Imagine nothing that's so pristine it's as far as the eye can see. Imagine being at the beach every day, but this beach is 400 miles wide and there's no water. Imagine the peace and tranquility of a place utterly devoid of life, like living on the moon, but with snakes. For millions of years, people lived where the water was, until now. The Gran Sonora Desert. Come live where there's nothing there.
In 1950, the first Up and Atom restaurant opened. Life was simpler then. The 50s were a sacred time for our nation. Good, clean food, happy, homogenous people, and well-segregated communities. An enemy we understood and could control with the threat of nuclear apocalypse. Such was the excitement of the atomic age. That can-do American spirit is in our DNA at Up and Atom. We invented the triple burger, the 10-slice of bacon triple cheese melt, and extra creamy jumbo shake. And of course, the legendary two-way speaker box for people that are too lazy to get out of their cars to eat. We don't succumb to trendy health fads. At Up and Atom, we've kept many of the same menu items. We still serve up all of your weekly saturated fat, salt, and sugar needs in one convenient setting. Up and Atom, food from when we were morally superior.
Kung Fu Rainbow Laser Force.
We're reclaiming the rainbow.
Kung Fu Rainbow Laser Force, the upper middle class superhero team that protects your innocence any way they can. They are Tallulah, Sebastian Caden, Zoe, Quota, and Dirk.
We don't tolerate difference.
We're heterosexual virgins.
Fight evil in multicolored skin tight, cut off suspended.
Pow!
I'm happy to wait.
I don't even need to masturbate.
I did it all on the face of justice. Vengeance
And
bad.
violence is good.
Gonna save the neighborhood from sex.
Kung Fu Rainbow Laser Force.
And what does science teach us that caused the dinosaurs to go extinct, Lula?
A giant meteor?
No, not a giant meteor. Sebastian Caden?
A huge flood.
That's right, Sebastian. A giant flood that in fact destroyed the dinosaurs and the Romans. Now, we as a civilization face an equally devastating threat from the environment. Now, what is that threat? Quota.
Climate change?
Correct, climate change. Ergo, a dangerous change in our moral climate that makes us stop caring about the terrible menace that will alter the future of civilization as we know it. Yes, I am talking about a football game. Now, this weekend's big game against our arch rivals, Wickenburg Canyon High. These are evil, evil people that must be stopped. Now, next week we'll move on to the insect family and the important role abstinence plays in their survival. You see, family is important, people, and everyone in this school is like family. And that's why we don't sleep with each other, as incest is just icky.
Mr. Hitzman, did you really mean what you said?
Oh, yes. Crickets do talk, and they love waiting for that special person to make baby crickets with in a creative and loving way. Now, one day, when I've mastered my inappropriate longings, I hope to meet an understanding Mrs. Hitzman and have some little baby Hitzmans running around. We'd probably get a Manny to play with them and help out around the house a bit. Perhaps he would be a strapping German boy with brown shirt and big muscles and an enigmatic laugh that said more than words ever could. And then in summertime, he'd work topless, his Aryan sweat producing a glimmering sheen off his sizable...
No, about the end of the world.
Oh, yes, of course, but you guys are going to stop it. Observe Wickenburg Canyon High, state-funded.
Oh my God, ew.
There are some very dark things going on there in the name of so-called science. In fact, our recent intel tells us they are harvesting souls. That's right. Millions of little souls called stem cells. Now, Team Stem Cells are harvested from a pregnant woman's belly button near that smelly, disgusting hole thing they have down there.
Is that called a vagina?
Yuck! Don't even say it! I believe the male member is much more elegant and surprising. One time, I was playing a game of sword fights with my elf.
Sir, about saving the world?
Yes, we have to stop them. You see, they want to build a mutant army and give people extra arms and legs so they can win at football and fondle your wives and daughters at the same time.
Really?
Really? Hey, where's Dirk?
Hey, team! Kung Fu Rainbow Laser Force, yeah!
Dirk?
Oh, yeah, sorry I'm tardy. I'm just so full of school spirit, you know? Carbonell Hills rules, woo!
That's okay, Dirk. You're good at sports, so we turn a collective blind eye to your remedial level reading skills.
I can't read.
I know you can't. Lack of basic manners, mistreatment of classmates, and the fact that you're 25 years old and have yet to come close to graduating.
Oh, thank you, Hillary. I mean, Mr. Hitzman.
Yes, I was just telling the team about some of the terrible stuff that's been going on at Wickenburg.
Wickenburg can suck my nutsack, them boners.
Really? Can they? I mean, that won't be necessary, Dirk. Unless it would save America.
Now that would be controversial.
Maybe we should teach the controversy, Sebastian.
Atheists don't like that, sir. They like to present unproven theories made up by degenerates and transsexuals wearing dresses they call lab coats as if they're facts. Just like the fact that America is God's own country and our destiny is made manifest just like the earlier settlers did when they gave smallpox to the heathen so they could meet God quicker.
Very good, Quota.
Thank you, sir. I hope to one day be elected president, but based on my ability and integrity, not some liberal agenda which loves Muslims.
What a nice, noble, kind ambition. Although I hope to high hell it never comes true.
Me too, sir. I think I'll stick to basketball and making people feel uncomfortable when I talk to their daughter. I still don't have a date for the prom.
Oh, that's my boy. And I do mean boy in the most non-offensive way possible. Now, back to Wickenburg. I need you to do some reconnaissance. Listen closely. Here's what I'm going to do.
Kung Fu Rainbow Laser Force! Kung Fu Laser Rainbow Force!
No! Reconnaissance. Go in your school clothes and report back.
Kung Fu Rainbow Laser Force!
Oh my god, it's like a bomb went off. I know.
These people only have one home. How repulsive.
I imagine some of them share toilets. The very idea of putting my bottom where someone else's bottom has been. Ew, 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 ew.
Hey, knock it off. We gotta keep an eye out for the enemy.
I ain't scared of them. Handout kids and pregnant girls. They can clean my butthole. Get me?
Louisa, what are you doing here?
Who's she?
One of our house cleaners.
This is where I live.
Here? This slum?
This is a nice neighborhood. Besides, you only pay me $15,000 a year.
Now, Louisa, shame-o on you-o. Don't go asking for handouts. My family has worked hard for what they've got. Why don't you take the rest of the week off without pay and think about this little incident?
You're terrible.
Why do you say that?
You should have just fired her on the spot. Giving her time off, she'll do what all poor people do. Abuse drugs and have another kid. And I mean that compassionately. Oh my god! Look at that! Mortal sin at 3 o'clock.
Hey! Stop right there!
What's your problem?
We're heterosexual virgins, and you're our problem.
What? Why?
Don't push your luck, kid. I know how it goes. You start by holding her hands. Then it's a trip up and down the bases, finger in the tush. Then you fire off a big home run, and before you know it, you got a kid on your hands who's gonna live his whole life in prison.
Yeah, spending my parents' tax dollars.
We're only holding hands.
I bet you smoke pot. Poor people love the pot.
No, I have asthma, thank you.
I bet you pleasure yourself.
Sometimes. What's that?
And what's this?
Pornography! Amputee pornography!
That is a statue from the museum from the Renaissance. What are you talking about?
You fool. Museums are the worst. Subsidized dens of sin leading people astray. My father says we should stop subsidizing decadent culture and start supporting things that really matter. Like the oil industry.
I think we already do that.
Shut up, pervert! He wants to chop your arms off and have sexual intercourse with you.
We have pledged to wait, and your indecency has just offended these lovely, impressionable girls.
Yeah!
I'm just a teenage boy.
You're a degenerate.
You're a dickhead.
Say that again.
We were only holding hands, but we have made out once.
No!
Look, I don't want a kid yet, and I have masturbated. So what? You are dickheads.
Kung Fu Rainbow Laser Force! He was leading you astray.
And we saved you from a life of vice.
And prostitution and picking up cigarette butts looking for a fix if she isn't a streetwalker already.
Are you?
What?
Kung Fu Rainbow Laser Force!
Well, we saved those kids from unnatural desires.
It's true that sometimes the only way to manage teenage sex is by acts of extreme violence.
Which is good because violence is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Ew, this whole place smells so yucky.
Well, that's because we're near the school. Look, they're starting their spirit rally. Oh! It's horrible!
Are you okay?
I changes.
I noticed.
I have these desires, and I can't control them.
Me too.
Desires to kill everyone in a violent, testosterone-fueled rage.
Changing and
physical. Shoot laser beams out of my eyes. Look! Feel my wrath,
So, so the pineal gland, this is where the soul enters and leaves. The Egyptians confirmed that for the researchers because when they built their temples, that's where you entered and left the temple, is through the central pineal gland. What you're looking at right here is an old alchemical drawing, and what I tried to do for you is, this is the way that they do alchemy. They hide things in hardware. Just like what you saw in these cathedrals, they do the same thing in alchemy as well. And what it's showing you here, this eye, there's a lot of things here to take a look at, because if you take a look at the eye, you can see that it's the sun in the background, okay? But you can also see that it represents the pineal gland, as we can see right here, because they left this indicator to show us this is the third eye. And you can see it as it goes in stages. What they've also done in this is they have shown us the level of correspondence from the micro to the macro. So we have this right here, which in my head, what I immediately visualize is the Nile Delta, and then we have this next stage here. This might be considered the Son of Man, which would be the Orion constellation, and more specifically the eye area. And what you'll notice is the way that there's a shape between the tree trunks here. This dip, this little V that I keep talking about, that's the Trinity that we keep seeing. Well, that same shape is in the clouds right here, and then you have something behind this guy right here, which is even larger. It's kind of showing the micro to the macro, which basically is showing layers upon layers of mind. But now let's take a look at what the ancient Egyptians showed us with their pyramid texts, and what we can find out from the Nile and the Nile Delta. So there has been definitely a method to my madness. I haven't just been making things up. I've been following the clues. And
the talent show Darwin would have loved.
In this presentation so far. So each part of it. Anyways, so right here, what you have is a representation of the pineal gland. And what you'll notice is that there is definitely a correspondence. This is where the pineal gland is located. You'll also notice that this is shaped just like the Ark of the Covenant as well. And what you'll notice see is that the Ark of the Covenant has the two angels, and between the two angels you have a sun. This is Osiris Hieroglyph, which is an eye and a throne. This is an eye and a throne. Eye and a throne, and you can see the correspondences as we put on before. Now, here's the Nile Delta, and here's where we get into the pyramid texts and the Egyptians left us. Remember I told you about correspondence. So the way that they word their texts is important to pay attention to, and because if you get what corresponds and how it works, you'll understand why they worded it the way that they did. So this area right here in the very center of the Nile Delta is called tHE, it's also called jadu, it's also called Busiris, okay? All this area. Busiris actually means house of Osiris, okay? And in the pyramid text, one of the things that they say is they said that when they're speaking of Osiris, they say he found the soul of Re there, and they embraced each other. The Ba of Re and the Ba of Osiris meet and embrace in jadu. Okay, this is where correspondence is very important. So why would they say that the souls met in that particular city? The reason why they're doing that is because they want to show us, they're giving us a clue via correspondence. Because if we take the Orion Nebula, trapezium, like I have shown you before, this thing right here, it actually overlays perfectly on top of the Nile Delta area, as I've shown you before. Here's a great example. Right here we have the Nile Delta area, and then the opacity is increased with the Orion Nebula trapezium each time until we get to the original of the Orion Pisa, which is the very, very center, the very bright spot area,
Listen,
in the
enough of
center
this.
of the
We've
Iranian
got
Nebula,
some
which
fantastic
mysteriously
acts
was not
to get to,
discovered
and
until
some even
1611,
more
and
fantastically
it was
subtle product placement.
noted as the place of creation, called
All right,
the,
we're back on Fame or Shame, and I've got some
well, it's actually
bad
the
news
fire
and good
in the
news.
heart
The bad news
of
is we had a few
M3
problems with our
cells
voting machines, but the good news is
creation.
we fixed it. And do
And
I
as
have
you
a
know,
surprise
what
for
you see
you?
right here
Making it
is you
to the
see these
finals, a
fractals
personal
repeating
favorite of mine,
themselves
Tracy
after these
DeSanta.
fractals do the tracy all the way to the
Hello,
Iranian Nebula,
America!
it's the same thing.
God, I'm
So
so
this is what it
nervous.
shows you. It shows you that there is a direct
Not
correspondence between
Anyway,
this area of the
this song I
cosmos,
wrote about
which is the Orion Nebula, and it's more
someone
specifically the
about
Orion
whether
Nebula
us girls
for
end up
Pisa,
scholars
and
or
the
strippers.
Orion and the Nile Delta. Why is that important? Well, because the Nile Delta also represents a meeting point. I think it's a meeting point. They met and embraced in this particular city, which, when placed on the map, is right where the pineal gland is. It might also interest you to know that this area right here that we see is actually the very center of the whole world, geocentrically. It's the very center of all the land masses. So if I had to guess about correspondence, I would say that that's probably where the soul of the world is as well. I would say that the soul of the planet is right there. The soul of us is the pineal gland. Right here it shows you that the pineal gland has a direct correspondence to the sun. If you use sun gazers, there may be something that you want to experiment with there. You can see how correspondence works. And it goes from the micro to the macro. And then it says OU of Jadu, same area. Ojed Kohler, which is in the place where his soul is found. So there's your other evidence right there. That is from Pyramid Text 410.
I mean, amazing.
Okay.
The ho-ho-oh
So
part.
there's more
Really
evidence.
from the heart. Judges, I have to say,
This
I'm
image
thinking
right here is
if you
taken
go the wrong
from
way on this, it could
E.A.
be the
Walsh
end of a
Lynch,
lot of promising careers. All right, we're going to go to
one of
commercials
his
and we'll come back
books
with the
where
judge's
he
decision.
deciphers the
Seriously,
pyramid
guys, go the right
text.
way because a maniac
And
can't
right here he
fucking
puts an image
The all-new
of
plug-in
the
Corinne
Ba,
Dilettante, official
which
hybrid
means
of Fame or Shame,
of
with
Ra
a
and
range of
Osiris
10
together,
miles.
meeting in Busiris, which is the house of
Bad plus
Osiris.
good equals
Let's take a
better
look
for
at some
everyone.
more evidence.
All right, we're back on Fame or Shame. This is the moment
Because it says in
America
Pyramid
has been waiting
Text
for.
625,
Yes. Who is
I've
going to
gone
win
up
that
by
$1
means of
million
the staff,
and go on a tour
which is
of
in
the
the
lower
place where
Midwest?
his soul is
Who
found.
is
I
going
have
to
gone up on the
lose
ladder
and be sobbing in the corner,
with my
cutting
foot on a
themselves?
line and my arm.
Hopefully you.
Excuse me. Sorry, I have something to say.
So
Cutting
this whole thing
and
with Jacob's ladder,
bulimia
which is what you're seeing right
is
here, or showing before, is a
Seriously
representation of Orion.
sexy. All right. Over
And
the
if
last
you
few
listen to
days,
Manly P.
we've
Hall,
seen a lot of acts go to
he
the
even talks
finals.
about the same
Here's
thing.
a quick
And
recap.
he
You
interchangingly
love
uses
female boss.
Jesus and Osiris together. He talks about this area meaning Christ, but not necessarily a physical being. It represents
Said
a
a lot
higher
of stuff in the
attainment
water
of
cooler about
consciousness.
mine's on fire.
There's probably some causation that goes along with this, but this is also where the Gnostics look
How
to
about
for the
the most
Anthropos,
racist man in America?
which is humanity. It's another word for the human soul, the human indestructible soul.
And the power
We even
ballad
have
of
more
William
evidence.
Angio.
This is from Michelangelo, showing us that the Orion Nebula being tied to the mind, because that's exactly
And of
what he
course,
painted.
the one we all
In
know is
addition
going
to
to
that,
win,
in this
Tracy
original version in the far right,
DeSanta.
the Orion Nebula, what you actually see here is the inside of the mind, but it's the representation, as I said before. There's a correspondence to what you see physically,
All
to
right,
what
America's
some
on the
area
edge of the
or what you're looking
recliners.
at means.
I can feel the excitement. Who is
And
going to
thanks to
win that
Michelangelo,
$1 million
who showed
on
us
Fame or
that by
Shame?
painting the mind,
No,
and
he's gay.
inform you of the
Anita
mind, and you look into
Mendoza.
the mind, it's exactly what you see. It's you see the inner
Everyone
part of the
is
mind.
so
But beyond even having just a general
But
appearance
I'm
of the
gonna have
inside
to
of the
go
mind, which Michelangelo
with.
does through that, when we get up here and you take a look at the strong lines of the Vesica Pisces here, and you see that this represents the whole thalamus, and you can even see the area right here, these two areas correspond. But even beyond that, the bright area is sitting at the very left
Who's going to
portion
win that $1 million?
of
Who's
this
got the
Vesica
most
Pisces.
talent?
which is exactly the same region as the P.
Very tough competition.
This was also the area of
For
creation
me,
of the Mayans, as I mentioned
I'd have to
before,
say
with the triadic pyramids.
masturbating
In
monkey.
Almeria, for example, it mimics three hearthstones of
Alright, you
creation
know what?
that
It's
define
not over
the
yet.
creation
2 out of 3.
pyramid
Okay?
of the
Imran, you
Mayans,
can
just
pull
like
this
the
out.
Mayans.
Who's it gonna be?
So here's the deal.
I'm
So
going to have to agree with
the
my
level of
colleagues.
correspondence that you pick up on
Masturbation
is
so
infinite.
spiritual. But
Okay,
so is working on your own home
we
with
can
home
see
improvement
levels of this
supplies from
correspondence that
YouTube.
go all the way to the Mount Delta on here, to even to areas all
Are
across
you
where this is the
kidding
Mount
me?
Delta.
3
This is
masturbating
Jordan,
monkeys?
and then we can even see that when you're away
Tracy
on top of the planet, that the
sang
gases around
her
maybe
heart
warming
out.
up the land and everything. So
Okay?
whatever's going
And
on
she
here
smells great.
appears to be definitely
She's gonna
holographic
be a
and
star.
infinite.
You know, Laszlo, you wouldn't
And
know
this is
talent
exactly
if
what
it's
the
like a finger
Egyptian
up
shows.
your arm.
But
She
I
only
think
tried
I'm
that
gonna show you.
once.
I'm going to show you where
All
our
right?
research is
And
taking
I told
this
her
year.
no. You know what? I've had enough of all your shit.
To show you
Your
the
product
text, the
endorsements,
researchers
stuff in your
that
face, the fucking
are
craft
in
services
alignment
table,
with what I'm
and
saying.
you're not even fucking
And,
British. I am totally British.
I guess that's about it. There'll be some more research coming out soon about the 3 days and what I believe that ties to. You see it all over the place. And most people just assume that it has something to do with Jesus dying on the cross and resurrecting in 3 days, but there's a lot more to it
Because
than
they're
that.
shoes for
When you start
toes
looking for the paradox.
and twats.
So I will
Toes and twats.
worry about
3
that next
masturbating
video.
monkeys have
Hope you
won
enjoyed this.
and will
See
take
you
their show
soul.
on
Where's
tour
the
in the
pink?
Midwest. Look for tickets near you. Join us tomorrow for a new season of
God
Fame
and
or
Jesus is
Shame.
bullshit. Some bullshit to control us with. And it worked. It worked, bro. They done got away with this shit for a long time.
How much does wisdom?
But now that we waking up, they want to kill our minds.
Yes.
I'm trying to tell you, they trying to get rid of us, people.